What is Battlecourt Jai-Alai? The world's fastest ball sport, and so much more. Jai-Alai is played inside a 3-wall court that measures just 120 feet long by 33 feet wide. The game is played with a hand-woven wicker basket called a cesta and a Jai-Alai ball. The ball is as hard as a rock, and it travels around the court at an average speed of 150 miles per hour. Players will crash into the sidewall or throw themselves onto the concrete ground without a single layer of padding just to get to it. Jai-Alai is like playing baseball if you had to catch and throw with just the gloved hand. And it's a rally sport, kind of like tennis, but much more dangerous.
Manny, there's a carom. Bradley on the move, breaking. He got there. Blast the forehand. Everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit by the ball.
Jai-Alai is played as a singles match or as a doubles match. The match winner is the first player or doubles pair to win 2 out of 3 sets played to 6 points.
Gaucheri up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Gaucheri picks it up in the front court, whips it inside.
What another
one.
mate. Did it
He
again.
made it.
2 times back to back. That's freaking crazy.
Here's Gaucheri, 2-all return. Douglas reaching outside. Powerful forehand at the feet is missed for the
Point,
win.
set, and match.
Point, set, and match.
That's
Douglas.
respect.
Every point rally begins with a serve, then the players alternate catching and throwing the ball. While a point is being played, the ball can hit any of the court walls, but it cannot bounce twice on the ground. Simply put, the object of the game is to catch one more ball than your opponent, or better yet, to fire the ball so it can't be caught. When a player cannot successfully return the ball to the front wall, then 1 point is awarded to the opposition and the next rally begins with a new serve. A Battlecourt game day consists of 6 matches, and the team that wins the most matches wins the day. Pick your favorite team, doubles pairing or singles player, and cheer for them all season long. Or up the ante and bet on it. Battlecourt Jai-Alai allows for wagering on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. The ball is lethal, the game is lightning fast, and the action is limitless. This is Battlecourt Jai-Alai.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Battlecourt Jai-Alai. Tonight's game day will feature the Chargers and the Renegades. And with that, I want to welcome everybody back to another edition of the Fall 25 Battlecourt season. I'm Andrew Bleckman, joined as always by Stu Nyman to bring you tonight's matches between the Chargers and the Renegades. How you doing tonight, Stu?
Andrew, I am doing great. I saw the practices as I was walking in, and I said, you know, these guys look like they're ready to play Jai-Alai.
Oh, they were fired up earlier.
They were.
Some great play. Great play. See if that will continue here into the Battlecourt. Beginning here with Division 4 doubles. We'll see Iturbide and Bradley get things started for the Chargers against Goanaga and CRB. What a matchup this is to get things started. Iturbide Bradley 3-1 so far in the regular season. Goanaga and CRB just 2-2, but a team that the Renegades need to pick up a little bit of the slack if they want to get back into the top 4 in the playoff mix. Renegades won their first 2 game days of the season, but it's been tough sledding as of late. Their last 5 game days, 1 tie and 4 losses. There's the serve. We begin.
Fault over serve. Battlecourt rules allow for 2 serves. Second serve must be good. A good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Here's the backhand by CRB. Bradley on the catch. Backhand by Goanaga. Wall to wall. Robote from the forehand of Iturbide. CRB powerfully to the corner. Bragley crouches down, makes a great catch. Robote saved by Goenaga. Ichibide attacks. That ball's in the forehand of Goenaga. That cortada will score. Well played by all 4 players. First point of this match and the day goes to Goenaga and CRB of the Renegades.
And just a great start for him. I mean, how about that cortada? I mean, just above the pad.
Beautifully thrown.
Kept it low. And Bradley, too, you know, he knows his personnel, Goenaga. Bradley likes to hang deep in the backcourt, so shooting those cortadas against this team in particular should be a good recipe for success if they go back to it.
Here's a backhand by Bragley. Caught on the forehand of Goenaga. Ichibide's in there, catches it low, returns it high. Speaking of high, that's too high. That hit the overhead screen, which is out of play. 1-1. Iturbide serves for the Chargers.
Iturbide, one of the strongest and most consistent players in Division IV doubles throughout his career. Great support this year with Bradley behind him, who's he's seemingly catching everything. I mean, the numbers are a little bit higher than what we saw in the winter season. The only loss this year was when Iturbide was working in that new basket. Since he started to figure it out, this team has been so strong and solid once again.
Iturbide from the 9 line on the backhand. Robote, that's the rebound off the back wall, fired from the forehand of Goenaga. Bragley, powerfully. Wall to wall from the left side. Bragley again, this time from the 11 line. CRB deep in the backcourt. Good catch, plays it high. Robote to the inside. CRB's there. Robote forehand by Goenaga. Iturbide now from the 10 line. Robote kicking way out. Goenaga's there. Iturbide has it. Costado inside. Tough catch. CRB makes it. Here's a backhand by Iturbide. Beautiful catch by Bragley. I'll tell you, Andrew, during some of these longer points, all it takes is one tip like that. Point 4, Iturbide and Bragley. And Iturbide and Bragley get the point just like that at the side wall.
Yeah, I mean, Goenaga's going for it. He's aggressive, and that's just a tough catch. I mean, closer to the numbers, put it on the side
wall. Look at Bragley and CRB hanging out back. I mean, you know, making catch after catch in the back, supporting the front court is just really good to see. Robote off the tip of Goenaga Cesta. 3 points for Iturbide and Bragley. Iturbide has the serve.
Well, another example of Goenaga's aggressive play. I mean, he's going to try to scoop that up. It's coming to him. It's a play that he's made in the past. He's consistent, one of the best and leaders of this team. So you live and die by him up there in the front. Just a miss, but expect him to make that next time it comes around.
CRB on the backhand, high and hard to the front wall. Robote, that rebound off the back wall, inside, and Goenaga's there. 2-all. That's out.
Oh.
4th point for Iturbide and Bragley. Iturbide has a serve.
Goenaga's had a lot of success with the drop shots and the cortadas.
Yeah, he has.
And again, that 2-wall for him, he's just been starting to develop that a little bit more. Hasn't thrown it all too much. He just pushed it a few inches wide. That was a close one, though.
Iturbide from the 10 line. Robote, forehand. Robote left side by Goenaga. Floater picked off the wall by Iturbide. Scoop by Goenaga. Powerful Costado caught beautifully by Bragley. Sidearm Karen by Bragley, scooped up by Goenaga. Goenaga powerfully. Scoop attempt is tipped. 2nd point for Goanaga and CRB of the Renegades.
Good sequence up there. 2 forehands from Goanaga. The first one Bradley was able to catch in the air, and the second time around he gets it on the floor, kicks it off the sidewall, and you can see the adjustment that he needed to make. That's how quickly things can change here in Jai-Alai. Point by point, throw by throw, and Goanaga makes up for it there and get that second one on the board for the Renegades.
Yeah, you're on defense 1 second, and literally within a second or two, you're on offense. There's the catch by Goanaga. Powerful backhand. Caught by Bradley. Powerful throw to the inside. Goes by CRB and scores. 5 points. Possible set point for Iturbide and Bradley of the Chargers.
Look, it's a difference from Division 5, where we saw Goanaga have a lot of success, to Division 4. What we're seeing here is just the backcourt play, and the front quarters, too, can kill a couple more points. I mean, you never have a threat like Iturbide in Division 5 and Division 4. Almost every match is against a strong front quarter.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good.
Again, the doubles teams are based on the combined ranking of the 2 players, so teams could work with that and try to get a team higher or lower in the ranking if they feel it's better or worse in one spot. But the Renegades fallen off this year with Goanaga here, but they got to step up. This is a big team, and they can do it.
Here's the backhand by CRB. Iturbide all the way to the 11 line to make that catch. CRB from the 12. Iturbide backhand to the inside. Bradley will pick it up on the forehand. Going hard to the inside. Goanaga is there. Catch by Bradley. Bradley again, this time from the 12. Powerful throw. Stopped by Goanaga. Great catch by Bradley. Low hard throw. Off the frame of Goanaga's cesta, it goes. Point and set to Iturbide and Bradley of the Chargers, winning the first set 6-2.
Yeah, that ball was kind of knuckling in the air. That was not floating on a straight line, and it came up and in on Goanaga at the last instant.
He threw it on. Bradley, has tremendous power on both sides. But is Jedden fighting later?
Oh my!
Is he?
Oh, we've entered his
boxing robe, or is he about to have a massage or something?
I guess you never know. It's he could have a masseuse coming in at like 5:15.
Is there a battlecourt a giant?
There's got to be a battlecourt logo
of
somewhere on that.
Battlecourt robes.
Maybe if he turns around, it's on the back. Yeah. Well, it's like the same color scheme as Art's sweatshirt, so that's why I'm thinking it's got to be themed, right? Because he wouldn't wear that in the cage if it wasn't.
Yeah, because there was a rule about that.
Right.
I think that was like 2 or 3 years ago.
These guys are top of the line. They follow all the rules, so you don't. You never see something like that. If Stu puts up the rule that says you got to wear the proper attire, you're going to see the proper attire in there. You'd hope.
Andrew.
Oh, there he goes. He's gone.
It's going to be a long drive. You're watching Battlecourt live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida. Currently in our first of 6 scheduled matches on the game day.
Yeah, pretty standard game day today. 2 singles matches and 4 doubles matches. A reminder, this is the second time that the Renegades of Chargers have matched up in the regular season. The first one won by the Chargers 4-2 back on September 24th. Let's see, Iturbide and Bradley played in that game day, so they got the win over Goanaga and CRB. Jedden and Bradley played for the Chargers. They're also playing tonight against CRB and Forest. That's a win for the Chargers in that one, so it's coming up in match 3. And then also, Zuleika played Gaucheri in singles. Gaucheri won that matchup, so again, 2 of the 3, both doubles matches went the way of the Chargers. The one singles match went the way of the Renegades. Trying to turn it around here. The Renegades, second set, they will have control of the serve.
We're ready to begin our second set. Goanaga has the serve for the Renegades.
And if you're the Renegades, you're going to allow Iturbide to just beat you to the inside with that costado. I mean, you haven't even seen a 2-all. That's really where he opens up his game. On a dangerous spot here. See if they can get it back.
Ball tipped in the backcourt. First point of the second set goes to Iturbide and Bragley. Iturbide has a serve.
And pretty simply, that's the last thing you want to see. I mean, it didn't have a great first set. First throw comes right to CRB and just drops it, you know. And not all him in the backcourt, but still, he missed a few more balls than you'd like to see.
It's a great catch by Bragley deep in the backcourt, high and hard to the front wall. Robote by Goanaga. Cut off by Iturbide. Outside placement of the forehand, Robote missed on the scoop. That point goes to Goanaga and CRB of the Renegades. Goanaga has served.
It shows you the importance of just changing it up. I mean, that wasn't the best outside placement we've seen, but Iturbide was in the rhythm of getting back to the inside of every throw that he was just caught off guard. Dropped it at his feet and snuck it by.
Here's the backhand by Bragley. Bragley quickly switching to the forehand, makes the catch. Goanaga on the return. Great snag by Bragley. Hard throw. Follows. Robote left side. That's rebound off the back wall.
Oh, man.
That ball's tipped by Goanaga about the 8 line. That's a point for Iturbide and Bragley of the Chargers. Goanaga seemed more tentative on going for that catch. He's usually pretty deliberate. I don't know if it opened up on, you know, that's one of the problems with following the highlight ball. It moves so fast.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see a Magic City
Faster
bounce.
for them than us.
It was just a little reckless. I mean, you don't see him going to the sidewall, reaching that low, but he makes up for it, picks the serve, see if he can finish it. Oh, great catch.
CRB from the 10 line. Iturbide.
It's right
in the corner. And it scores. Third point for Iturbide and Bragley of the Chargers. Iturbide serves.
Again, that's one of the responsibilities of the backcourt is to protect the chick-jack and the chula.
100%.
And you don't want that ball to die there in the corner. You know, sometimes CRB may have to get in there on the sidewall and make a tough catch, but rather that than to let that ball drop twice before Goanaga can make a play on it.
Powerful backhand by CRB.
Great catch.
Fine catch at the sidewall by Goanaga. Robote coming out. Robote forehand by Iturbide. Goanaga at the sidewall. Costado powerfully thrown inside. Bragley makes the play. Robote by Goanaga. Here's Bragley. Backhand by Goanaga. Passing. Robote coming out. Forehand Robote by Iturbide. Great fine catch at the sidewall by Goanaga. Ball tipped in the backcourt. Second point for Renegades. Goanaga and CRB. Goanaga serves.
Yeah, the first long rally, it seems that the Renegades have come away with the winning shot. And Bradley just kind of ran out of space back there in the corner. He committed to the right side catch. He tried to get into the sidewall, give himself a little more space, but just kind of ate him up in the end. It's 2 on the board for the Renegades, though. It's a good serve. Oh, better stop.
Beautiful serve by Goanaga. Even better catch by Bragley. Cortada stopped by Iturbide. Iturbide powerfully from the left side. Bragley on the catch. Forehand. 2 pass. Robote inside. Bragley makes a stop. Catch by CRB. CRB gets the backhand off to the 8 line. Iturbide's there. Iturbide on the backhand.
And the Chula again. Yeah,
another
right there.
Chula 2-1 match. That's 4 points for Iturbide and Bragley. Iturbide has a serve.
Well, another element that you don't see in Division 5 that you will in Division 4. I mean, how many guys are hitting the chula in Division 5?
Twice in
a set?
Twice in a set, yeah. Twice in
I
a
mean,
set,
never.
Yeah.
You mentioned a lot of those front quarters.
Ball under serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line.
A lot of the players Goanaga was playing against last year were the Division 6 players in the front court. It was like the El Barba, the Jedden.
Yes. That's not the case now.
I mean, now you got Iturbide, you got Lalu, you got Gallo, Manny. I mean, that's the worst team in the division, and still two strong players make it up.
Well, Iturbide almost got hit, so...
It's a daily occurrence.
I mean, CRB threw it, and it was still went to the inside. Here's a catch by Bragley. Powerful forehand. CRB from the 12 line. The catch by CRB. There's the backhand. Iturbide, left side to the inside. Rebote by Goanaga, low and inside. Iturbide's there. Rebote for Iturbide. The high scoop is tipped. That is a 5th point for Iturbide and Bragley of the Chargers. Possible set, possible match point.
Not the first time we've seen Goanaga go for an extremely difficult catch. I mean, he's just trying to make something happen, you know, trying to get a couple points in a row, string something together, throw a winning shot, but it is hard against this team. Iturbide controlling the pace up there. Oh, what a catch.
What a catch by CRB. Goanaga on the forehand, outside, caught by Iturbide. CRB again, this time on the left side. Yeah, I have no idea how CRB caught that other ball. I mean, it's just, I have no idea whatsoever how he caught that ball. Here's Bragley on the forehand from the 12 line. Backhand by Goanaga. Rebote coming out. Rebote by Goanaga to the inside, very much to the inside. Bragley makes the catch at the 12. CRB, backhand. Ball tipped by Bragley. That's a 3rd point for Goanaga and CRB. Still possible match point for Iturbide and Bragley.
And 2 of the 3 points for the Renegades are just missed catches here in the backcourt by Bradley. Makes you wonder why they're not playing more conservative style of play and just maybe trying to out-rally and play that catching game in the backcourt.
We're a few feet away from them, protected by glass, of course. And it's got this David and Goliath quality to it, CRB and Bragley. I mean, it's... Yeah. But CRB's getting the ball far back there on the left side.
Yeah. I mean, CRB's catching is not the biggest concern.
Iturbide, and he throws the Costado 2-all-2 score. Point set in a hard-fought match for Iturbide and Bragley, taking it in straight sets, 6-2, 6-3. Sorry, what were you going to say? Oh, we've had the barking.
It's okay. I totally lost it. The barking got me still.
The barking threw you off? You knew he was
going to bark. I knew it was coming.
You knew he was going to bark.
I didn't know what breed it was going to be today, but no, it's the same inflection as always. Great win there by Iturbide and Bradley, 6-2, 6-3. They get on the board with that win.
As soon as that highlight ball leaves the cesta, you can't blink because every second is packed with action. Keep up with the world's fastest ball sport all game day long with bets on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. Find your favorite team or player and get in on the action with DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of the World Jai-Alai League. The crown is yours.
Let's take a look at some replays there from our first match. And really, I mean, Costados to the inside by Iturbide. Didn't really have to open up the shot selection all too much. I mean, inside placement and some good catching, and that was all they needed. Backhand to the inside here and a couple chulas, too. Look at that one. I mean, you see where it hits. I mean, it doesn't roll out of there, but really dives. You see how Goanaga has to go down to the floor to make the save. Backhand here, another one. CRB watching it. But look at where it's crossing the wall. I mean, it's crossing right there beyond the 12 line. He lets it pass, drops into the chula, and that's about as frustrating as it gets.
When we're talking about these nuances and highlight like crossing the wall, it's really talking about where it's crossing the wall. You want to make it, throw the ball where your opponent's not. Well, sometimes you're throwing it like right next to him, but trying to hit the wall right where he's standing, because that sets up a particularly difficult catch.
And here's the last serve. Iturbide picks it, waits for the opportunity to throw the 2-wall. It ends it. To get his team on the board. First win for the Chargers, courtesy of Iturbide and Bradley. There are our winners. Congratulations, guys. 2 matchups against Goanaga and CRB, one of the other strongest teams in this division, and you guys dominated both. What was the key today to get that first win?
I would say it's just fundamentals, making sure we catch one more ball than they do, and keep them running, keep them moving, keep them guessing.
Yeah, you guys did just that. Strong performance to get things started. Good luck the rest of the game day today, guys.
Thank you.
Up next, we'll move over to some singles. Division 3, and we'll see Ubia against Amigarena. 2 backquarters here, going at it in singles play. Ubia will have the serve. Chargers have the serve to begin all matches today. And how about Ubia this year in singles, Stu? 2-0 so far. And he said in his post-game interviews, not much of a singles player, but he's turned it around this year. And
he's giving himself more credit.
Some are saying that, Stu. That's what we've been trying to tell him.
Especially when it comes to that pad kicking contest that we have every year. I think he's going to win this year.
He's a threat,
He's seriously.
And not a dark horse after what we saw last week. There's the serve. We begin. Ball missed. Clean miss. Robote, though, sent a little too high. That's out of play.
Ball came just so fast. Ubia missed it coming at him, turned around, tried to get that rebound, just not able to do it.
That's an overserve. First fault. Second serve coming up. Will be a hard backhand. Look at the pass into the corner. That drops into the Chula. That scores. Ties it up 1-1. Well, Chula's been active today, Stu.
I think that I've seen more Chulas at Magic City today than I did all of last year or all of last season. They're finding it. And what we're talking about is that crack, the space in between the floor and the back wall. When it hits that just right, the ball does not come out.
More today than we've seen from 2019 to 2022, for sure. Robote left side there, kicks up the middle. Amigarena's got it. Just tries to pass to the inside, gets it by Ubia, but he saves Robote on the back end. Amigarena, middle of the court. It's a 2-wall. Oh, too soft, though. Caught the pad. Pad is bad. Second point for Ubia of the Chargers.
It's really not his shot, but take a chance at it. Amigarena, both of these players, very classically trained backquarters, very defensive players. Tend not to have those 2-wall skills. Sometimes off the OB especially, he's got a really good carom. He's got a really good kill shot on the forehand. Amigarena, definitely the right idea. Throw the ball away from your opponent. Just wasn't able to execute.
Oh, not that. Here's Ubia, just beyond the 10 line to the inside. Catch by Amigarena. Higher and harder now. Ubia takes off looking for the Robote. Turns it at the 8. But Amigarena steps up. Has it at the 8 line to the inside. Nice reach by Ubia. Pulls it in along the side wall. Ubia just does get out of the way. Amigarena able to save the Robote. Ubia back inside. It's a backhand 2-wall. Doesn't open enough. Amigarena winds it up. Drop shot. Oh, perfectly thrown from the backcourt. We're tied 2-2.
I don't know if that physical contact between the two of them, I mean, it's professional, and these guys have played with and against each other for many, many years. But Amigarena was like laser-like focused on this ball right here. And a drop shot from the what? At the 10 line? I mean, that's
he's like at the service line there. That might be 11. Yeah.
That's bold.
And a perfect
and then
serve
an ace.
afterwards. The ace gives Amigarena a 3-2 lead.
And we know Amigarena is always polite, makes sure he makes the round, says hello to everybody, shakes hands, you know, always positive. And here he is firing them in.
Here's Ubia back beyond the 12 line, high and hard. Robote's coming out. Amigarena at the 8, turns it powerfully past Ubia now. He's looking for the Robote, and it's in the overhead screen.
Whatever that hit, that's the hardest it's ever been hit. In all seriousness, because I heard it. I felt it a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of did too.
Yeah. and
it's the universal symbol for we're done. No,
excuse
the ball's
me, Coach.
out.
I broke the ball. I broke the ball. For those of you who watch cartoons in the 70s, remember Bam Bam? That's Ubia.
No.
Ubia's our Bam Bam.
Oh. I'll trust you, Stu.
He's our Flintstones Bam Bam. He is.
Aye.
He is, and that's by no means a slight or anything like that. He is just, he's got all types of power on both sides and just...
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not going to take long for this ball to heat back up again.
Bam, 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 bam.
Hard serve, crossing deep. Bia takes it, sends the backhand. Not past Amigarena, though. He's got it at the 12 line. This one dropping lower. Bia crouching down, can't make the catch. So 5 points and a possible set point for Amigarena of the Renegades.
It's happened quickly. Amigarena's concentration's been spot on. Let's see if he's able to finish it off.
Ubia with a hard backhand into that corner. Amigarena left side to the outside. Ubia tracks it down, takes a look. Karam lands in, and it scores. Amigarena twisting around to the net, but ball hit that net beforehand. That's a 3rd point, and it'll extend the set here.
You got to appreciate the effort of completely flipping around and trying to throw it out of the back of the cesta, which I've never seen. So right here.
You mentioned how friendly of a guy.
See flipping it out of the back. I've never seen that.
He's a friendly guy, He just wants to give the ref a hug. Just thank you.
Tito was like, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? Oh, yeah, nice to see you, too. Why is this guy hugging me?
You were just saying it, Stu. He didn't see Tito earlier.
He probably missed Tito.
Maybe he missed him.
He probably missed him on the hello round. No question.
Robote forehand for Ubia. Almost overruns it. Now drops it at Amigarena's feet. Makes the scoop. Doesn't give him a lot of space on the throw, but he passes. Ubia over the top, inside, right back to Amigarena. Keeps the backhand low. On the wall, Ubia gets it.
He was close enough to share his deodorant on that one.
Backhand from the 10, pulled in along the sidewall. Now Amigarena blasts it. Goes deep. Robote comes shooting out, turned over the top. It's dropping. There's a scoop by Amigarena along the sidewall. Ubia, 2-wall. Lands in, and it scores. A nice 2-wall there off the Robote. Cuts the deficit to just 1. Ubia will serve here. So Ubia mixing in the shots off the Robote here. Not often you see this, but this is beautifully controlled.
Yeah, this is really well done.
And it drops a couple inches inside the boundary. Iturbide liking it there.
Absolutely.
Here's Ubia at the 11 line, high and hard to the inside. Tries to drop in the chulette, comes out enough. Amigarena to make the save. Now Ubia from the 9, high and hard again. That just clears the screen. Amigarena up at the 7, turns it past Ubia. So right on the wall, he makes a good save. Amigarena climbs it, stops that one. Into the corner, coming out again. Robote turned over the top. Now past Amigarena, he has to come into the backcourt. Robote's save, puts it on the wall, taken off by Ubia. Forehand Robote coming up. It's missed, and the Robote's not there. Point and set. Amigarena closes it out, 6-4. 2 minutes. We'll come back and play set 2. First set goes to Amigarena. Again, with these two backquarters, you know, you can't worry too much about the records. I mean, you only play each opponent one time. You know, a guy could have a good day when he steps out, a bad day. You know, but Ubia 2-0, you got to give him credit for the improvement in singles. But Amigarena has also done the same. He's put in a lot of work, a lot of time, and the results are showing there.
They are.
A good mix-up of the shot selection in particular. That's what I liked about Amigarena. I mean, a drop shot, couple of 2-walls, even if it didn't score, you know, get your opponent thinking. Is he going to go back to it later? Opens up the rest of the court. It's good strategy overall. And a 6-4 win.
Here we are in the ESPN3 DraftKings Players Cage. Players taking the breaks back here in between sets and prepare for matches. There's Ben and his massage gun. I still don't know if they're like humoring him or
It's.
I mean, I
think everyone's wondering.
I can't imagine that they're annoyed by it because it's easy enough to say, please not now. You know, it's easy enough to do that, but
Well, it's one of those things too. It's like if someone's just going to go up to you and start doing that, are you going to tell them to stop?
me?
Well, you would. Yes. But I'm saying if you're, you know,
You've seen what I do with people who are walking me to talk to me. I all of a
right,
sudden
you'll
vanish.
go, yeah, you'll go the right.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Always have an exit strategy.
I'm just
plan,
thinking, like,
folks.
if it doesn't feel the worst, you know, you're massaging it out, and someone's willing to do it, you know, I'd probably sit there all day if I was a Amigarena. Yeah.
I can talk to Ben for you if you want.
We may ask him. Yeah.
Ben, why don't you ever visit the announcer's booth with your massage gun? I'm
It's-
asking for Andrew, by the way. I zero. Please don't touch me with that thing.
And I can almost guarantee you, next game day, first set break, you'll see Ben come back here. If he's watching. Well, that's how much, you know, that's how close of attention he pays to it. You know, he'll watch all the broadcasts, he'll watch all of his matches, but he'll also go through all these set breaks and listen to the. So, Ben's a good guy. I got faith.
No, he really is a good guy. And if you say that anybody else is a better guy, he sends you a really
So we saw
nasty
that.
text message with something MFer in it, and I still don't know what those letters equal out to. I tried putting it in Google, but it didn't work.
Maybe it's Basque. Have you tried that?
Well,
Have you
he's
tried
not
changing the
Basque.
language? Well, he's got some Basque friends on his team, though. That's
Good point.
Some are saying it could be an adjective. You know, marvelous friend,
Okay.
mighty friend. I don't think that would be it. Yeah.
Hey,
We'll
there's
figure
Sophia
it out,
serving the ball.
Yeah, serving to begin set number 2. We begin our second set. Amigarena with the backhand. Berlote's coming out. Ubia hooked it into the pad, and the pad is bad. First point of set 2 goes to Amigarena.
I'm glad that you remembered the part about Ubi in the interview with you saying that singles wasn't his thing. I hadn't remembered that.
He's very honest in those
until you
interviews.
mentioned it.
Yeah.
He's just playing so good this year, especially in doubles. I mean, the catching has really come around here in this, what is this, his third season?
Rabote forehand coming up the middle. Ubia stops it on the right side. Forehand crossing the wall. Amigarena gets out there, makes a save in perfect position to do so. Ubia steps in front of it on the right side, whips it along the wall.
what
What
a
a scoop there with one hand. Ubia trying to pass Amigarena with the leaping grab at the 11, puts it on the wall. Ubia takes it right off. There's a strong backhand again. Amigarena climbs the wall this time.
Catch.
Rabote left side, flips a bit. Amigarena backing up, makes the scoop, goes for the inside placement. That's the right shot. That'll score, makes it 2-0 here in set 2.
Ubia was respectful of the fact that he might throw a Costalo 2-all, lost his footing cutting to the outside. Amigarena had that experience in the first set with the 2-all. Wasn't doing another one, but 2 catches back-to-back here by Amigarena were just absolutely beautiful. Very difficult catches and 2 tremendous plays.
Oh, ball missed off the serve. The ace makes it 3-0. Forehand rebote coming up the middle. Ubia on the outside makes the catch. Karam, that's low into the pad, and the pad is bad. 4 points now for Migarena.
Ubia obviously frustrated, raising his arms there. Jedden announcing to everyone that they're down 4. I think he had an idea. I think he knows.
How many screens are showing the score? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12.
You're not helping right now.
Big backhand there by Ubia Robote. Left side, turned by Migarena. This one's got a bounce on it. Ubia controls it up high on the left side. Our backhand right in the corner, not a lot on it, and Migarena goes to the floor but makes the save. Ubia keeps it on the right side, blasts this one at his feet. Now Migarena scoops it up. That's into the Chula and scoring. Another point for Migarena, that's 5. He's got a possible set and a possible match point.
It's happened very quickly here. Migarena's eye on the ball has been spectacular. Ubia just has not been able to get anything going here in this second set. And again, that crack, you saw it right there. It's that space between the floor and the back wall. It's difficult to hit, but if you do, it makes it very difficult to return.
Ubia committed to the right side, comes over the top, drops it into Migarena's feet right there. Couldn't get that one. That extends the match here. First point for Ubia in set 2. Still a possible match for Migarena.
You saw Ubia move up. You saw Migarena move up on that ball because Ubia just was winding up and throwing as hard as he could.
That's a low, hard serve crossing the wall. Migarena stands in, makes the play. Robote forehand turned up high by Ubia. Catch by Migarena on the left side. Low bullet coming in, stopped on the side wall. Big backhand there. Drops in the corner. Coming down, but saved by Migarena just before the second bounce. High backhand 2-wall. Lands. We're waiting for a call here.
They have to make a call one way or the other. The judge.
Ball is ruled out. That will be point, set, and match. Unless Ubia challenges, which he will do. So, he'll take a look at it.
The cap. Okay.
The ball was ruled out, and we are now in an official replay review. It has been challenged by the Chargers.
Yes.
Team captain of the Chargers. I was going to say Ubia of the Chargers. No, he's just playing out there. The team captain is the one that makes the decision. That is Zuleika.
Yes. Now the call has to be made.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to question. I mean, if it's right, you keep the challenge, and if they think it may be in, but you also got to look at the score line too. I mean, you're down.
The captain has said no challenge.
Okay.
Captain was very clear, no challenge.
All right, that's
There's
where
no
we're a little
challenge, so
confusion.
point,
All right.
set, and match.
So that's going to do it. Point, set, and match. Migarena gets that point. He wins it in straight sets, 6-4, 6-1. Yeah, well, what I was going to say, Stu, is like at this point in the match, like, are you really going to, you're down 5 points. Are you going to risk giving your challenge away for the rest of the game day to potentially get a point in a match that you really have a long way to go in still? But
No,
Zuleika, team captain, came back and he's like, I don't know if it's worth the challenge. He's got the call.
Zuleika was abundantly clear.
Yeah.
Zuleika said, I'm the team captain and I say no challenge. It was like, okay, let me communicate that right away.
Yeah. Let's take a look at some replays there from set number 2. First singles match of the day, Amigarena and Ubia. Look at that drop shot. That was actually in the first set. I mean, 11 line?
Bold. Further back you are when you make that, more difficult it is. That's a beautiful carom thrown by Ubia.
Yeah, got one in there early, and Amigarena's like, you know what, while I'm up there, how you doing, Tito? You
Tito
good?
really did like, well, why are you walking? Why are you coming over here? And we should point out that Tito worked in Miami-Dade Corrections for an entire
Not the guy you want to put your hands on, you know, unsolicited.
Just before coming to work here at Judging Jai-Alai.
Backhand here to the inside by Ubia. So much power, and Amigarena uses the sidewall, though, gets up there. Doesn't let it come out.
Some
Beautiful.
spectacular catches. Inside placement.
And then the inside from the Costano, you know, even if you throw 1-2 wall, you get the player thinking, and then you open up the inside really the rest of the match. This one kind of drops into the Chula. It just dies. I mean, you see how it drops about a line in front of Ubia. Backhand, this was the last throw there. Yeah, it kind of goes out of the picture. I mean, the fact that it goes out of the picture, you'd be hard-pressed to think that that ball landed completely inside the court. So I think that was a good decision by team captain Zuleika, especially considering the match result and the way that it was going, too.
Disappeared behind the cage.
Yeah. Amigarena wins it. We're going to hear from our winner right about now. There he is, Amigarena. Congratulations, tying up the game day after that singles win. Very aggressive today for you, a lot of shots. How has your style changed in singles over the course of your career here at Magic City?
My style, yeah, this court is smaller than the long course that I play in Denia. So the strategy is to cut one more than the opponent and just try to throw costados inside or 2 walls. And today I cut more than Ubia and I win. So happy for me and for my team too.
Awesome, Amigarena, getting the team back in it. Congratulations and good luck in your next match. Thank you.
Thank you.
Going on over to Division 6 doubles, too. Always fun, and especially when you got Jed and Bradley out there, putting that 3-1 record on the line against CRB and Flores. That team just 1-4 for the Renegades.
We're ready to begin our next match. Jedden has a serve for the Chargers. Here's the serve. We begin. Flores, backhand to the inside. CRB. Bragley from the 11 line. Flores goes in to make the catch. Ball is tipped. First point of this match goes to Jedden and Bragley of the Chargers.
Yeah, that got it to drop off the sidewall particularly low. I mean, you see where Flores is trying to make that catch. I mean, basically at his feet to the left side. Not easy there.
CRB picks the serve. There's a drop shot. It scores. CRB and Flores on the board here. We're all tied up at 1-1. And Ben of the Renegades over here being very antagonistic towards the Chargers.
Well, I think he's just saying, you know, CRB makes a good play. He'll post it on social media. And that's a good play, Stu. Nice combination. Pick the serve, throw a drop shot, tie up the game.
Powerful forehand by Bragley. Scoop attempt missed and tipped. Two points for Jedden and Bragley. Jedden serves.
Yeah, that's a tough pickup, and that ball's going to come out. CRB's got a chance at the rebote. Flores doesn't need to step in there and try to make that difficult play, but still, you got to communicate.
Call him off.
Yeah.
Call him off.
It's not as easy as just saying, well, the backcourt shouldn't touch it. Well, you got to know that the front court is going to be there, too, and CRB not making that known.
Here's the backhand by Flores. Crouching Bragley returns it from the forehand. Rebote saved by CRB. Bragley moves in. Big right side from the 8 line. Flores is there. Good catch. Here's the backhand. Catch by Bragley. Flores from the 10 line. That ball's missed on the rebote attempt. That is a second point for the orange shirts. CRB and Flores. We're tied up 2-2. CRB serves.
You know, this is such a fun matchup, too, because you got the Renegades who are more aggressive. I mean, CRB will step in there, throw some shots, and they'll mix it up. Jedden a little more conservative with his play, as is Bradley. So you got an aggressive team, will throw some shots. They'll make mistakes, but the Chargers, see how they do here. This conservative style.
Powerful throw by Bradley. Bradley now from the 12 line. Big right side. CRB for the rebote. Here's Jedden on the left side. Backhand. Rebote left side by CRB. Bradley's there. Flores reaching down, makes the catch on the left side. Big backhand by Bradley. Rebote coming out. Rebote by CRB. Bradley's there. Rebote by Flores. He makes the save. See, that time he chose to play the rebote instead of stab at it.
Yeah.
And that rebote he just missed. That's a point for Jedden and Bradley of the Chargers. Jedden serves.
Yeah, that's a good point, Stu. I mean, you don't need to rely on your front quarter either. I mean, if you recognize that that's coming out, this is a very forgiving court. What I mean by that is every ball usually comes out. You don't see a ton of chulas, so you can get out there.
I mean, today we have. I mean, we can't say that earlier we didn't say it. Today we have, but typically, and also with this particular group, not as many.
Yeah.
Flores from the backhand to the inside. That ball goes off the frame of CRB's cesta. It's a fourth point for Jedden and Bradley of the Chargers.
And so CRB just trying to take that one right in the air off the sidewall. Always want to catch the ball in the air, but you involve the sidewall, you get some interesting bounces.
It's actually a really good catch by Flores. Gets in there to make the play. Backhand to the outside. Flores now from the forehand. Karam.
Big bounce. Oh, he got it.
Jedden with the leap. Gets it. And scores on the return. Carambola. Well done by Jedden. It is 5-2. Possible set point for the Chargers. Tremendous catch by Jedden.
Well, I mean
twofold. We'll give him a ribbing about the rope.
Sure. Well, but I've actually already written down a question if they win. Yeah, I got.
But he stopped it beautifully. He stopped that ball beautifully right there.
And on the move too. I mean, not easy.
CRB going for the serve, knocked it down. Point and set to Jedden and Bradley. Two minutes go up on the board. We'll come back out and play our next set. Well, the communication, obviously, here between Jedden and Bradley on the Chargers is just spot on. Flores was a little tentative, reaching in, winding up, tipping the ball. When it was coming a little too fast for him, just turned to make the rebote. Worked out better for him.
Yeah, just surprised. I mean, you know, CRB will go for it, but, you know, you look at the catching numbers and, you know, CRB is the highest out of any of these four players out there. Flores is right there with him, and, you know, not any different really than Jedden and Bradley. So, you know, and you like that CRB is aggressive. He wants to make a play and make it happen, but on the flip side, how many points did he give away in that set also? I mean, 2-3 points just by trying to go for it, cut off the serves and make a play. I mean, got one for sure, but
when it comes to picking the serve, there are some guys who are better than others, and sometimes the serve just happens to wind up in a position where it's adjacent to you, I guess. Let's put it that way, where it's like, oh, yeah, it's
easily
right.
pickable.
It's like right on the right side or right on the backhand. That's the fault of the server. He's got to keep it away from you when he's serving. But that wasn't the case there with CRB. CRB, it looked like he really wanted to go and take a serve. And sometimes front quarters feel that pressure, like they need to kill it. And
yeah, I mean, to that point, I mean, CRB is second in Division 6 in terms of kills per match, only trailing Correa, who's averaging almost 4, but you don't see a number like that very often in this division. That's particularly high. And then you look down at Jedden, and, you know, he's averaging less than 1 kill shot per match here in this division. So that's what we're saying. You know, you got this style from the Chargers. They're going to try to out-catch you. You got that overwhelming power from Bradley in the backcourt, but if the Renegades just a little more patient, a little more trust in the process, I think they can hang in this match a little more than they might think.
Absolutely.
See what they got here in set 2.
We're ready to begin our second set. CRB will have the serve for the Renegades.
And just an intimidating team. I mean, Bradley physically imposed, just a big guy, and he throws the ball hard, so it can make Flores uncomfortable in the back. But just because they throw it hard doesn't mean that it's all too effective. We see that in every other division.
Big right side by Bradley. CRB gets in there, makes the catch. There's the backhand. Scoop attempt, missed.
Yeah.
First point of the second set goes to CRB and Flores. Talk about fearless. You want to talk about zero fear?
Yeah.
Zero concern? CRB.
Yeah. No. And also think about Bradley, too. I mean, that first match with Iturbide, they kind of dominated play, but a couple of the misses, there were him in the backcourt. So, you know, if you're the Renegades, get into that rally game. Try to force Bradley to beat you from the back, because it hasn't been his best day this year so far.
And he can do it, too.
And they're
Flores
right
there.
on.
Yeah, just tipped it. That's a point for CRB and Flores. Ball tipped. 2 points. CRB serves.
It's almost like they're just panicking, both CRB and Flores sometimes. As the ball's approaching, they're like, I got to do something with it. No, you don't. You can wait for that opportunity.
Yeah, you got to catch it.
And like at this level, Jed's not going to do much damage up in the front. Although he picks a serve and might do it here. No, Flores scoops it up.
By Flores. Bradley down low. Makes a fine catch on the forehand. Here's CRB, backhand from the 9 line. Jed's there. Flores with a tip ball on the hop at the 12 line. That's a point for Jedden and Bradley of the Chargers. Jedden serves.
Well, it just seemed like Flores left his feet unnecessarily. I mean, that ball was coming right to him. He didn't need the leap, just made it more complicated and ultimately ended up missing it. So that's why you stay. Always stay on the ground when you can.
CRB picks the serve.
Oh,
threw it out. 2-2. Jedden serves for the Chargers.
Ben was just saying it too. You know, CRB really loves that shot. He'll pick the serve. He'll throw the drop shot in the philo.
He does love it more when he scores with it. He does love it more when he scores with it. That one just landing wide. Obviously, see the frustration there on CRB.
And in this division too, I mean, Jedden's only thought is getting to the net to defend it. A split placement goes a long way, and it's a lot less risky.
Here's a forehand by Bradley. Here's Bradley. Oh, a tip ball in the backcourt. That's a third point for CRB and Flores. CRB serves.
The third miss of this set in the backcourt. I mean, just coming right to him, not particularly close to the wall, really. I mean, that one, within a few feet.
Powerful serve by CRB is an ace. 4 points for CRB and Flores. CRB serves.
CRB's been working quickly every time he gets the serve.
That's one of the best serves that I've seen CRB throw ever. Another hard serve by CRB. Handled in the backcourt by Bradley. Flores is there. Bradley on the catch and a tip. That's 5 points for CRB and Flores. This is a possible set point.
Another example of trying to catch on the move. I mean, Bradley gave a little hop as that ball was coming into him to try to make that catch easier. It ended up making it more complicated and a miss.
Man, I thought that he was closer to the back wall and had less room.
Yeah, could have been also.
Fault under serve. Battle court rules allow for 2 serves. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line.
But it just shows you that you make one mistake, you start to think a little bit more, you know? If he thinks the back wall's in play, it's not. When he's in rhythm, he's not too worried about it. He just makes the catch and keeps playing.
Beautiful catch by Flores. Big backhand passes. Robote for Jed. Flores from the 10 line to the inside. Bradley takes it in the air. Flores pushes around Bradley, makes a fine catch. Flores takes this one in the air. There's the backhand. Backhand 2-all. Jedden catches it in the air. CRB, fine catch on the left side, gets rid of it quick. Rabote coming in. Jed makes the save. That turns into a cortada. Rabote, CRB's got it. Turns it into a 2-all. That scores. Beautifully played by all 4 players.
Oh, and now Jed going after the ref.
For CRB and Flores.
Well, let's take another look at this. CRB. The C stands for Costado, Stu. That's what I've been told, and he drops one in there beautifully for the set.
Just very well done. You're absolutely well. I think Jed needed a hug. Yeah,
sometimes don't we all?
No,
Stu,
Jed really needed a hug after that throw by CRB. That's what was going on there.
So I can't believe he just threw that. What a shot it was. 6-2.
Tito looked at him like, what are these players walking up to me for?
He said, did Stu put him up to this? That's probably what he's thinking.
There's a sign here that says, don't talk to the
specifically
judges.
Don't do that.
That's what you said earlier. Stu puts up a sign, the players follow.
Yeah,
on which planet are you operating on?
Yeah. Not the first time I've been asked that.
Here we are back in the ESPN3 DraftKings Players Cage.
A lot of ones on that. A lot of symmetry on that scoreboard, Stu. 6-2 and then 2-6 right back in the set score. And then all ones in the match and game day score. Tied up in the game day, 1-1. Tied up in the set score. Both teams 6-2. And that third set will decide our third match of the day. Coming up next, we'll go to Division 1 doubles. That'll be Zuleika and Ubia against Gosherian and Megarena. Then we'll see Division 5 doubles with Jedin and Arta against Flores and Ben. And then we'll close it out with singles, Zuleika against Gosheri, Division 1 matchup there. So those will be the remaining matches in order tonight. Already in match 3, going into our third set. See Flores over there.
He made some great catches. He made some fantastic catches there. One where he actually pushed by Bragley. I mean, Bragley wasn't interfering. Bragley, he just needed to get around him. He got around him. I was like, he's about to tip this ball. No, he made the catch beautifully.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was saying earlier. It's like you play against Jedin and Bradley. I mean, they just throw the ball so hard, particularly coming in from the backcourt, that you're fearing that as you step out there. But these guys have nothing to worry about. If they can just catch the ball, which both Flores and CRB can, we've seen that. They've proven that consistently. I mean, you can win this matchup. Jedin he's not a devastating front courter in terms of his kill shots. I mean, he's averaging 1 in every 3 doubles matches played. I
remember someone telling me years ago, I mean, like when I was like little.
Yeah.
Like, 13.
Okay.
Don't be afraid of the ball. You have a cesta.
That's a great point, Stu.
You have, but I was 13 at the time. You have a cesta. Keep the cesta between you and the ball. You'll be fine.
No, but to that point, sometimes it's guys throwing it hard. Like, it's just unsettling. And I think in the first set, a little freaked out, but set 2, they got it right back on track. And now a third set to potentially win the match.
Jedin serves. Third and final set begins. There's the backhand by Flores. Bradley goes down low to make the catch. Big right side. Rabote by CRB. Jedin with a tip ball at the 9 line. First point of the decisive third set goes to CRB and Flores.
And just not the way you want to start off the set. Jedin hasn't made many mistakes today, but he's backed up to the 11 line, coming right to his left side and right off the frame.
Bragley powerfully from the right side. CRB hanging in there, saves the Rabote. That died coming off the back wall. Here's Bragley at the 8. We're all tied up, 1-1. Jedin serves for the Chargers.
Well, that's one of the best throws we've seen from Bradley in this match. I mean, again, power certainly helps, but he puts it on the floor, crosses the side wall, gets the floor as deep in the backcourt. I mean, all elements of what you want in a good throw, and it gets a point.
Here's the backhand by Flores. Powerful forehand. Flores is there. Backhand from the 11 line. Bragley with a leap. Makes the catch.
Look at that stop.
Flores makes a beautiful pickup on the left side. Jedin calls for it. Rabote low and inside. CRB's on it. Split placement. Stop by Bragley. Carom by Bragley.
Not enough.
Red by CRB. Cortada by CRB. Will score.
Look at that.
2 points for CRB and Flores. CRB serves.
That is just so well played by CRB.
Very
that
much so.
cortada with a soft touch. Look at Bradley. I mean, he's just so deep when he releases this ball. Let's take a look here. A little bit earlier.
Placement.
Split placement, which I called for. Bradley's on it, but he throws a carom, and it's not a good one. CRB, another opportunity, keeps it low, soft, gets it inside. Well done.
Ball tipped at the 11 line. That is a second point for Jedden and Bradley. We're all tied up 2-2 in the third set. Third and final set. Jedden serves.
This is such a big match for the Renegades. If they can get 2 wins on the board and we still have 2 Gaucheri matches left, put them in a position to get some points today.
Third point for CRB and Flores. CRB serves.
And this is the first time a team has put a lot of pressure on Jedden and Bradley. Remember last game day, Jedden was out for the Chargers. That was the only loss this team has suffered. But now they're backed up a little bit, and the mistakes are starting to pile up.
Powerful serve by CRB. Good catch by Bradley. CRB. Jedden from the forehand. Powerful throw. Caught in the air by CRB. CRB powerfully from the backhand. Caught by Bradley. Bradley sends it from the forehand, and Flores stops it at the 12 line. Rebote left side by CRB. Jedden moves up on it. Forehand.
Oh, threw it right to him, though.
CRB backhand powerfully thrown, clearing the overhead screen. Rebote coming out. Rebote powerfully thrown. Caught by Flores. Flores passing Jedden. Big bounce. Brought down by Bradley. Flores on the catch. Backhand.
The Chargers got to get the ball on the floor. I mean, 3 catches in a row the Renegades have made in the air. That's way simpler. Make it 4 in a row now.
CRB there from the 9 line. Bradley makes the catch at the 12.
5. Should we keep going?
Jedden at the sidewall. Beautifully caught.
There we go. Something.
Rebote to the inside. Bradley's got it. Forehand, powerfully thrown, crossing the wall.
Oh.
What a scoop by Flores.
He's feeling it
That's
now.
on the wall the whole way. Rebote for Jedden, beautifully played. Flores on the forehand. Big bounce, brought down by Bradley. CRB comes cross court, backhand from the 9 line. Bradley's there.
Right to
CRB
him
on the
again.
catch. 2-all, 2 score. 4 points for CRB and Flores of the Renegades.
Look at this combination again. CRB opens up this 2-wall, beats Jedden pretty easily there to the net. Again, I was talking about through that point, Stu. Put the ball on the floor, makes the catch much more difficult, and the Renegades weren't really tested. CRB made them pay, and that's a good serve. Oh, my.
The ace for CRB will make it
Stu.
5-2. This is possible match point for CRB and Flores.
What a turnaround in this match. I mean, regardless of what happens here, these last couple points, this is a team that hasn't had a lot of success. Division 6 spot for the Renegades, winless last year, a chance for their 2nd win of the regular season.
Bradley from the forehand, powerfully, high and hard to the front wall. CRB for the rebote. Split placement, stopped by Bradley on the right side. Hard throw, clean miss.
Very clean.
Rebote by CRB, Jedden's there. Backhand by Jedden. Rebote coming low, CRB makes the save with a light touch. Jedden's on it, winding up, puts it inside. Flores is there.
Right to him,
Backhand
Stu.
took off
All
and
right.
hit the overhead screen.
All right.
It's a 3rd point for Jedden and Bradley. Still possible match point here for CRB and Flores. Jedden serves. It's getting interesting.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate that ball went up in the overhead screen because, I mean, you wind up the costado to just throw it to the guy right in the air. I mean, you just got to put it on the floor, move him around, do something, but you can't throw it right to Flores. They got bailed out in a big way.
Powerful serve by Jedden. Flores makes the stop. Bradley deep in the backcourt. Powerful throw again. CRB's looking for the rebote, makes it off the left side, a little clip. Jedden makes the catch. Jedden low and hard and caught by CRB. Backhand. Bradley catches it on the right side. CRB midcourt from the costado. Takes a little off of it. Not enough. Jedden's got it. Powerful throw. Flores alone in the backcourt. Makes the forehand. Robote save.
Oh, he's safe. Didn't touch it.
Here's the catch by Bragley. Inside placement. Stopped by Bragley. Robote by CRB to the outside. Jedden on the run makes the stop. Cortada stopped but not held on to. That's a 4th point for Jedden and Bragley of the Chargers. Jedden serves.
Well, this is getting close, and this is getting fun, Stu.
It's been fun for a while.
Great rally here. Look at Jedden. I mean, that's
great composure.
He needed that to
Tremendous
keep it going.
Composure by Jedden. Jedden taking his time, moving up to the serve. Powerful serve by. That's an ace. It is 5-5 in the 3rd set. This is match point.
I mean, how about this comeback, Stu?
Exactly what this match deserves.
Yep, 5-5
exactly
all comes down to this.
Flores makes the catch. There's the backhand. Bragley from the 12 line. Big right side. Flores on the forehand. Low and inside. Jedden makes the run. Has it on the forehand. Flores is there. Backhand from the 10. Jedden on the catch. Backhand from the 7. On the wall. Beautiful catch by Flores. Clears the overhead screen. Robote for Jedden. There's the backhand 2-wall. Jedden catches it in the air. Throws it low and hard. Flores clutch catch in the backcourt. Jedden again on the right side. Flores stops it again. Here's the backhand. He lifts it. Bragley catching it overhead at the 12. Flores again there at the 11 line. Backhand puts it in. Jedden's forehand again. CRB backhand. Powerfully thrown wall 2-wall. Robote coming out. Jedden on the Robote. Sends it wall-to-wall. Robote coming out. CRB with a 2-all throws it out of play. Point set in a hard-fought match for Jedden and Bragley. Taking it in the 3rd set, 6-5.
What a comeback. That was a tough match. Came all the way down to that decisive 11th point, and the Chargers prevail in a 3rd set. We'll hear from Jedden and Bragley here in just a few moments. The players ready for our next match. Division 1 doubles. Zuleika and Ubia take on Gosheri and Megarena.
All right, boys, who we betting on?
However you bet, whoever you are, the sportsbook for every kind of player. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Take a look at some replays here from that match. What a match it was. Clean miss there by Flores, but you see Robote can't play that one on the back end. Backhand to the outside there. Scooped up by Bragley. Look at CRB there, makes the stop. Look at the soft cortada. Bragley hanging deep in the backcourt. CRB taking full advantage right there. And Bragley high to the inside, just a tip ball. How about that 2-wall by CRB? I mean, he was throwing it with confidence. Felt like at that point, Chargers had a pretty good chance to win. Missed serve there by Bragley. Thing seemed to be going off the rails. But then Jedden here makes the stop. This is the start of the comeback. Ball missed by CRB there. And then Jedden, here's the serve. I think it's a good one. coming in off the sidewall, sneaks it by Flores. And that made it 5-5.
CRB goes for the shot.
And the rebote there, a 2-wall. Oh man, too wide. We're going to hear from our winners, Jedden and Bradley.
I made it back in time for the interview, huh?
Yeah, remaining perfect together, 4-1. Now on the season. Only loss suffered when Jedden was out the last game day. There they are, Jedden and Bradley, both guys. What a wild match. Down into third set. Take me through what's going through your head and how you come back and get that win.
It was just trying to come out, be as strong as we could, make it tough for them. That second set definitely caught us off guard, and the last one was just about getting back into the routine of things and passing them, making it tough for them to get it, and playing good defense and playing strong offense.
Jedden, the robe.
Oh.
Talk to us about the robe. What's up with the robe?
Oh, you saw that? Oh, my bad. I thought I was like in the corner. Y'all can see me.
Is that battlecourt approved, and does Bradley have one?
Oh, no. So that's a lifestyle robe. Only certain people can wear that. And since we're in the middle of the season, my boss, Scott, and my owner said it was okay. So I was approved, and that's why I wore it, though.
All right.
Good to know, Bradley. Make sure you get yours because I see that you added to the chain collection.
Yes.
Yeah, we got
Yes.
3.
Play great, guys.
On hand, we got 4. Ready?
4 now for 4 wins. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Very well done.
1, 2, 3. It's a lifestyle.
They always do that, don't they? I'll get used to it
They're
at
having
some point.
fun. We're going to move on over to Division 1 doubles up next with Zuleika and Ubia ready to take on Gosheri and Amigarena. The defending World Supercore champions, Zuleika and Ubia, just 1-2 so far in the regular season, whereas Gosheri and Amigarena topping this first division with their 4-1 record. Ready to begin match number 4, Zuleika and Ubia will be serving to Gosheri and Amigarena. Backhand high to the inside. Good catch by Ubia. Amigarena back at the 13. High and hard. A little too high. Caught the overhead screen. That's out of play. Zuleika and Ubia get the first point of our 4th match.
No shortage of power on the court right now, especially Ubia, as we talked about it before. Amigarena and Zuleika, power on both sides.
Amigarena, backhand, stays inside. Now Ubia with the forehand, winds it up. Crosses the sidewall. Amigarena backing up, makes the scoop. Now Ubia back at the 12, high again. That one barely clears. Rebote takes Gosheri up to the 5. He whips it inside, scoop. Backing up there by Ubia. Rebote turned just above the pad. Here's Ubia advancing on it. At the 9, hard throw, right on the wall, picked off. There's Amigarena. Amigarena backing up into the corner, makes the catch, sends it up. Ubia pulls it off the numbers once more.
That's the confidence of Gosheri there. When he's confident with his back quarter and he allows him to make the catches.
Amigarena steps in there again, but this rebote's coming out. Gosheri has to lay it up on the back end. Zuleika up at the 7, takes a look, sends it into the corner. Amigarena lets it come out. Gosheri makes his way into the backcourt. 2-wall, no, it's a drop shot. Amigarena advancing, he got there. Drop shot return. As he made his way up from the backcourt. Great throw to tie things up, 1-1.
Several years in, and I'm beginning to see Ron's point with the drop-ear drop shot. I mean, I just do. I mean, I was just so hell-bent against it in the beginning. But it's a drop-ear drop shot. This ball bounces
Just
twice by the 3 line. I mean, that's really well done. Why do I have my...
Hard serve coming in low, but it's an underserve. First fault, second serve coming up. Robote left side by Gaucheri. Well, that's kicking up in the corner. Ubia makes a great catch beyond the 13. Migarena now from the 11 line, wall to wall. Zuleika's on it. Makes the stop, but sent it a little too high. That kicks up and out of play. That's 2 for Gaucheri and a Migarena.
Just so much power again. Ball came to his forehand beautifully. He sent it, as Benny is fond of saying, I believe he said. And Zuleika absolutely sent it, but it just kicked up and hit the overhead screen.
Nice stop back at the 13. Migarena sends it up. Robote now coming out. Zuleika turns it wall to wall.
Wow.
Now Gaucheri scrambling. Whips it up the middle. Ubi is on it. Picks it up at the 11 line. Shoots it inside of Migarena. Nice scoop there in the backcourt. Ball missed. Ubi backing up for it. That's 3 for the Renegades.
Ubia's catching has been really good basically all season long. Uncharacteristic miss there for him on the forehand.
Hard serve, Ubia's got this one. Keeps the backhand along the wall. Migarena reaching down, makes the stop, fires it back. Robote forehand by Gaucheri, coming right up the middle. Ubia keeps it on the left side again. Tries to put it on the wall. Gaucheri, great foot speed, cuts it off. Catch inside of Migarena, takes it off the wall, fires it deep. Now Ubia, well beyond the 13, secures it. Drops it back, now Migarena up at the 11 line. Migarena again, this time at the 12. Hard throw, Ubia stands in, back in the corner to make that play. Zuleika, 9 line, back into the corner, pass to Migarena. Gaucheri now lines up the Robote, sends it hard up the middle. Ubia, right side now. Back to the inside. Migarena takes it in right off the side wall in the air. Migarena now at the 11. Hard throw to the inside. There's Ubia.
You know, with this following, the players fall into a rhythm, especially in the backcourt.
Zuleika on the Robote, drops it into Migarena's feet. Gaucheri comes all the way back forward. Zuleika now another chance. Just tries to pass with it. Oh no, Migarena. Stop this one right at him.
Well, they're volleying. The front quarter's looking for an opportunity to get a shot in.
Zuleika shoots one to the inside, but it's picked up in the corner of Migarena. There to make the catch now, Ubia. Deep in the backcourt, well beyond the 13. Lobs it up. Migarena is across the side wall, made the play. Oh, bullet inside. Look at Gaucheri. Comes cross court and the blur makes the catch, sends it deep. Zuleika, 6 line, rips it inside. Migarena ducks away. Gaucheri comes back to save another Robote. Robote forehand now to the outside. Ubia tracks it down, shoots it over Gaucheri's head, takes him out of it, but Migarena backed up to the glass, makes the play to keep it going. Backhand to wall, Gaucheri picks it off, whips it inside again, scooped up by Ubia. Robote now with a bounce. Ubia's got this one up at the 10 line, slows things down with the backhand, pass to Migarena, Gaucheri on it again. Brings one back up the middle now, Ubia. Forehand over the top, at Gaucheri's feet, he missed the scoop, got back in there, but the Robote comes up short. Second point for the Chargers.
Gaucheri, you could tell he knew that what he waved at Migarena for was the scoop. You shouldn't be scooping that high, that far back. I mean, Gaucheri can basically do what he wants because he's led so many teams to victory. But in this case, it's like, hey, you know, I realize I'm standing here on the 11 line and we lost the point.
Robote left side, comes up the middle, Gaucheri. Inside placement, Ubia. Clean miss, Robote. Diving save, keeps it going. Shoots this one to the inside again. Ubia's got another one, falls down to the ground. Right back to Gaucheri, though. Keeps the pressure on, a splitter. Splits him up to score. leads back to 2. O'Sherry and Amigarena serving.
Can't repeat exactly what teammate Ben said, but he was right. He referred to the high highlight IQ of Gaucheri. So blinking smart and true. I mean, he saw the, why hasn't he been throwing the Costado 2-wall that we see? He hasn't had an opportunity, and Zuleika's out there.
Yeah, Zuleika's been all over that net, and split placement was the only thing that was open. Backhand kicks off the wall, Amigarena takes it in. Hard inside, now Ubia. Backhand from the 12, Gaucheri snatches it up, fires it deep. Ubia stands in, makes a tough catch on the numbers. Rebote forehand, Zuleika turns it wall to wall, Gaucheri now backpedaling into position, fires it up at the 6, right back to Zuleika's Costado. He keeps it inside, Amigarena with the high scoop. Long rebote now, Zuleika at the 4, turns it inside, right over his head. And now Amigarena. Catch by Ubia on the wall, backhand comes in low, pulled off the wall. Rebote forehand, turned over the top, Gaucheri comes out, makes the save, Zuleika picks it up low, split placement from Zuleika now. At the 3rd point for the Chargers.
It works. It just works. You see Gaucheri going to the outside because Zuleika, when he gets it on the Costado like this, he'll snap a sharp 2-all anytime. Gaucheri was prepared for that, not prepared for the split placement. Zuleika saw it just as Gaucheri saw it the point before, scored with it. Kind of like the Mensa of Jai-Alai up there in the front court.
Oh, Gaucheri picks it. Forehand into the corner. Look at the scoop by Ubia. Now Amigarena on the inside from the 11 line. High, hard throw. This rebote's coming out. Zuleika back inside. Amigarena picks it up. Clean miss. No, tipped in the corner by Ubia. So that's 5 points. Possible set point for the Renegades.
When you go down like that, it's tough back there in the corner. I know that Bradley makes it look easy, but there's nothing easy about it. There's not a lot of room to maneuver, and if you don't make the catch, it just bounces off the back wall and likely into you.
What a backhand. Gaucheri drop shot inside Ubia. Oh, he gets there before the second bounce, takes a look, sends it back in the corner of Amigarena. Great stop at the 12. Oh, nice reach by Zuleika. Puts it up. Now Amigarena now from the 12. High and hard again. This rebote's coming way out. Zuleika tracks it down right inside to Gaucheri. His Philo scooped up by Zuleika. Fake the carom, put it back inside. Amigarena diving save. Zuleika again, inside placement. Amigarena was in position, just knocked it down. That is 4 points now for the Chargers, hanging around in this first set.
Zuleika was bound and determined up there in the front court. Move to the outside, move to the inside. Could not get the ball past him. Beautifully done.
Inside, Gaucheri picks it off along the wall, fires it back. Ubia reaching back in the corner, makes a tough play. Now Amigarena from the 12, backhand to the inside. That one dropped, juggled. Point and set. Gaucheri and Amigarena win it 6-4, 2 minutes. We'll come back and play set 2.
And you are watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida. Currently playing our 4th of 6 scheduled matches on this game day between the Chargers and the Renegades. Gaucheri and Amigarena take that doubles match. The first set, 6-4. High intensity from the first serve on. There you see Migarena and Gaucheri. And now some replays. Look at the focus on Zuleika's face. Drop shot to the inside, read by Migarena, and the droppier of the two drop shots. Presence of mind not to overthrow it. Throw the ball where your opponent's not. That's exactly what Migarena did. Powerful, powerful forehand. Gaucheri going for a scoop, but look how far back he is. Yeah, sorry about that. But Gaucheri's just such a dominant player, and he does so well on this court. You pretty much will just, you know, as a backcourt, you just let him do what he wants. And most of the time, it'll work out well for you. Ubia on the Rebote save. But Gaucheri has it right on the left side. Split placement. Beautifully executed by Gaucheri. Now Zuleika winds up. Looks like he's throwing a Costado 2-alt. Nope, he sees the split placement. Scores with it as well. And nothing but power in this backcourt. One backcourter throwing harder than the other. That's the bobble there by Ubia. That finished off that first set.
Yeah, it wasn't really a miss, just kind of juggled it and held on to it, so same result. 6-4, Renegades take that first set, and 2-1 game day lead in favor of the Chargers right now.
Yeah, I know, but I can't
Got
do anything
Gaucheri
about it
and
right
Migarena here, then Jet and Arta take on Flores and Ben, and then it's Zuleika against Gaucheri in singles, so still a chance for the Renegades here, and they got Gaucheri playing on this one and the last one. Still some confidence to get some points on the day. Second set, ready to begin. Zuleika and Ubia will serve.
Gaucheri's ready to take the serve. Zuleika's still tying his cesta.
Zuleika serves. We begin with a tip ball by Gaucheri in the service box. That's going to get the Chargers the first point of set 2.
Gaucheri's more than capable of making that catch, but there's nothing easy about it. Zuleika's putting tremendous power on this serve. He's catching that down low on his right side.
Hard server, Migarena's got this one in the backcourt. Floats one up. Ubia handles at the 13. Catch deep in the corner now. Migarena lifts it up. Back to Ubia now at the 12. Slows things down. Migarena trying to pass. Ubia backed up to the 13. Sends this one up. And Migarena, same spot, comes down with the ball. Nice catch there. Rips it off the numbers. Played back now. Migarena. 12 line. Closer to the side wall. Ubia gets it. Ubia just beyond the 11 now, kicks it off the sidewall again, right to the left side of Migarena. Now Zuleika, leaping grab, sends it deep. Gaucheri getting involved. Backpedaling with the Rebote, turns it outside the Filo. Rebote scores.
There's something violent about that. I mean,
It really was.
I mean,
That was
and
violent.
just that, yeah, there was violence behind that. He threw it so fast, so hard.
Bad intentions with that outside placement.
I don't think it was bad intentions. Violence, but not bad intentions. Violence for the cause of good.
Good for the.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you. What a shot, though.
Yeah, that was tremendous.
Even Ubia was like, man.
Well, everybody was.
Here's
I mean, you see it. You just that ball just went 1,000 miles an hour. I could barely see it.
Ubia pumps the backhand low to the inside. Nice stop overhead there by Migarena. This one opens up. Ubia, nice reach. Forehand, kicks off the wall. Migarena, good duck. And Gaucheri comes back for the save. Ubia comes over the top. Gaucheri picks it off. 2-wall. 2 score. Now judges are actually conferring here. She'll call in. The judges are now coming back to talk about it. The ball was ruled out after conversation. The call of the judge is out of play. Bad.
So put your hand down.
So there is a challenge. We're just getting some clarification. Yeah, there's some question because the team captain is out there. Ben was calling for the challenge, but Gaucheri was the one that first made the
got
motion.
A little excited.
It's okay. You know,
and
it happens sometimes.
Guess what? Guess what happened again? Third time this year, my microphone was on. So someone may have heard an announcer. Yeah, Ben and I have a history, but we're in therapy.
Well, we'll see here.
I think things are going to turn out okay.
I have
We're in
the utmost confidence.
We're in active replay. As soon as the judges conferred and decided that it was out, Gaucheri indicated, team captain Gaucheri indicated that he wanted to replay. And so they go back in and see if it landed, had any contact with the line whatsoever.
Well, Chief Judge is coming back already. So this was a pretty quick
That was
review.
a pretty quick. Yeah, that was a pretty quick review.
It was out. The call has been confirmed. The ball was out. The Renegades now lose their challenge the rest of the day, and the Chargers lead 2-1. So that's, you know, yeah, I mean, the judges made a call early, but then the back judge felt like he had a better view of it, thought it was out, and he ended up being right. So that's why they talk about it.
We want them to confer.
And they got it right on the court.
Absolutely.
Backhand hard to the inside. Good pick overhead. Ubia now sends it back to Gaucheri. Hard to the inside. Ubia just beyond the 11. Sends it up. Takes a Migarena out of it. Gaucheri, though, on the rebote right up the middle. Zuleika faked the carom, put it back inside. A Migarena backed up to the glass. Makes the stop. Ubia reached in late. Clean miss. Rebote launched by Zuleika. Wall to wall. Cutting inside. Gaucheri just kind of lifts it up. Gets it to the 10. Backhand low to the inside. This comes shooting off the wall. What a save. Goes down to the ground hard. Zuleika keeps the pressure on. Back in the corner now. Gaucheri scrambling. Saves another rebote. Catch by Zuleika. Hard backhand. Gaucheri now at the 7 line. Rebote high to the inside. It's dropping, but Ubia is there. Catch inside by Ubia from the 11 line to the inside of Migarena now. Rebote coming out. Zuleika turns it. Cortada rebote scooped up high on the left side of a Migarena. Backhand clears the screen again. Another rebote now. Turned over the top. Well out of the reach of a Migarena's. Gaucheri back up the middle. Ubia comes cross court. Forehand powerfully to the inside. Picked up on the bounce. Gaucheri inside placement. No, it's a 2-wall, but it splits a man, scores. 2-2, tied up.
The split placement has been putting points up on the board consistently for both teams. But again, the front quarter has to respect the 2-wall. Cut to the outside.
That's an underserve, first fault, second serve coming up.
Powerful, powerful serve.
What a backhand that was. Comes in powerfully. Quick turn by Gaucheri to save it. Zuleika couldn't attack. Lets it pass to the back. Ubia. What a bullet that was. Gaucheri saves Rebote left side. Picked up by Ubia. Backhand. Comes in really low. Gaucheri's on it. Kicks it up the middle. Right back to Ubia. Oh, runner now, Migarena. Couldn't save that. Rebote. That was dead. Deep in the backcourt. Third point for the Chargers.
Not a lot of room to make a, well, really to do anything. Gaucheri's so supremely confident. He called Migarena off that ball at the sidewall, turned the rebote beautifully.
Clean miss by Gaucheri and Migarena from the backcourt. High and hard again. Zuleika tracks it down at the 6, fires it up. Look at a Migarena, great stop, ranging back into the corner. Ubia keeps this one low. Migarena handles off the sidewall. Backhand, kicks up. Rubia. Now Zulaika with the save. Long rebote again. Zulaika from the 7 line. Right back inside. Catch by Amigarena. Backhand dropping. Caught by Ubia. Goes Sherry now. Oh, right up the middle. Catch by Ubia on the bounce. He comes over the top. So Sherry couldn't get there in the air, but waits for the rebote. Great positioning. What a stop back overhead. Backhand. Dropping inside Ubia. Ooh, that crossed in the corner.
Great
Goes
save.
Sherry, though. Digs it out. It's on the wall. Ubia patiently waiting. Picks it off at the 11. Dropping low now, Amigarena. Backhand to the inside. Oh, my. That's catch of the point there by Zulaika. Now Ubia reaches up high. Good stop. Drops it on the corner. Goes Sherry, picks it up. That's a drop shot return. Ooh, Zulaika got there with one hand. Backhand inside. Ubia can't get it. Zulaika comes back, but it's too high up in the overhead screen. A tremendous point by all 4 players, but that goes the way of the Renegades.
So much energy. Again, Zulaika, not quite the same court experience as Gaucheri on this particular court. So that we saw Gaucheri have a rebote drop into his forehand. That was very awkward, and he got it to the front wall. Zulaika sent that one to the overhead screen, more of a power play.
Oh, that kicked up and in on Ubia, still came away with the ball. Amigarena steps away, Gaucheri saves another rebote, right back to Zulaika. Puts it on the wall. What a stop. Amigarena rips it off the numbers. Forehand blasted inside. Gaucheri higher to the inside, but Zulaika able to cut it off. 2 wall. Picked off on the net. Forehand inside. Ubia can't scoop it up. 4-3 lead for the Renegades.
We get down to shots. We talk about shots. We want to see the front quarter throwing shots. I mean, we hear that from a number of our fans. Why don't they throw more shots every time they get one? That's why. That's why. It depends upon who's out there. This is a beautiful 2-wall by Zulaika, but Gaucheri's right there to make your life impossible with that forehand. That's why the hardcore Costavo 2-wall is not always the best choice. Shots are exciting, no question about it. They end points. So does Gaucheri's forehand.
Yeah, it's like throwing the deep ball in football. Everyone wants to make the big completion. That 2-wall is in, just inside, and it scores. But quick challenge by the Chargers. And this is why, you don't use that challenge earlier if you're Rubia, because, imagine they don't have their challenge. I mean, it would be 5-3 and possible match point on a ball that they suspect was out of play. It was called in. We'll take a look. And if it was that clearly out, I can imagine it's going to be about as quick of a review as we saw last time.
Zulaika was pretty quick Zulaika team captain was pretty quick to signal.
Yeah.
Well, one, he didn't delegate his authority to anyone.
No, it was...
Which was the topic of my next session with Ben. with Ben.
Well, again, folks, for those that are just joining us for Battle Court, we haven't been getting the replays up this season, so the chief judge is taking a look at it. We're staring at the players. They're just standing on the court right now, waiting to see what exactly the call is. But they see some movement behind us. Chief Judge making his way back over to announce the call. We'll hear what it is.
Came out pretty quick this time as well.
It's good. It was in. So ball was ruled in. That is a 5th point for the Renegades. Possible set and a possible match point now for Gaucheri and Amigarena.
But Zulaika was absolutely right. That's the time to use it.
Yeah, regardless, I don't know if that, was Ubia going to win 5 points in a row in that match and then come back and win the 3rd set? There was a lot to happen there. That was the right time to use it.
Absolutely.
And it was close, but good call there again by the judges on the court. I got it right. A serve will score for the win. That was tipped up in the front. Point, set, and match. Gaucheri and Amigarena. Close it out. 6-4, 6-3. And the game day, all knotted up 2-2 through our first 4 matches. We got Division 5 doubles next, Jed and Arta against Flores and Ben to break that tie. And I get 2-2. Take a look here at that game day scoreboard. 5.5 points up at the top of the standings for the Cyclones after yesterday. And you see the Renegades on the outside looking in with 2.5 points, and the Chargers right now in that final playoff spot tied with the Warriors for 3rd place. We will hear from our winners after these replays, though. And look at that one by Gosheri. I mean,
that was the one that was violent.
Oh, what a bullet.
Split placement, one of several that scored for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, you see how much space there is between both Chargers and the ball?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just exactly what you want to see.
If you can find no man's land and put the ball there, see, there's... Again, he threw the shot.
Gosheri was right there.
Powerful serve right there, and then you see that tip by Zulaika there in the end. Yeah, what a way to end it, though. Renegades get the win there, hoping to move their way up the standings. Again, best they could hope for after today. They win these next 2 matches, would get into a tie with the Chargers and Warriors, and still that wouldn't guarantee them a top 4 finish. We got our winners, though. Gosheri and Megarena over in the cage, joining us after that win. There they are. Congratulations, guys. A tough team playing against the World Supercore champion, Zulaika Ubia. What challenges did they present? How were you able to slow them down today?
Yeah, we knew from the beginning that it was going to be a difficult match, but Amigo and me we are playing really good. We communicate good. And we know that if we play our best, it's going to be difficult to beat us too. So that was our key. Just do the best that we can, and we do great, and we won the game.
Once again, another great performance by your team. Congratulations. Now 5-1 on the year. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A tie game day into match number 5, Stu. Jedin and Arta against Flores and Ben. This Division 5 matchup, Jedin and Arta 1-2 so far in the regular season. Flores and Ben 1-4. So 2 teams looking to turn around their seasons here. A couple more matches still for Jedin and Arta. And also keep in mind that game day score tied 2-2 right now. So the winner of this match will secure at least a tie for their team going into match 6.
We're ready to begin our next match. Jedin will have the serve for the Chargers. A little strategy talk before the game.
Yeah.
Always helpful.
I'd like to see that.
Absolutely. Communication and highlights key. There's the serve by Jedin. We begin. Powerful backhand by Ben. Arta is there. There's the backhand. Arta steps up, backhand from the 9 line. High and hard to the back wall. For Robote, that rebound off the back wall comes out.
Too much.
The forehand of Flores, that was sent to the overhead screen. That's out of play. First point of this match goes to Jedin and Arta of the Chargers.
It might take Flores just a few points, but he was in the backcourt that first match of the day. Now up in the front, totally different look. And he's played differently in those 2 spots. He's struggled up in the front. He's looked a little bit better in the back just because you have a little less responsibility. You can just kind of stay in the corner, make those catches, only keep your mind on that one thing. And he's done a good job back there. See how he does up in the front today.
Powerful costado by Ben, stopped on the left side of Jedden. Ben makes the catch in the air. Arta from the 9 line. Arta on the backhand, goes wall to wall, out to the rebote. Flores puts it to the inside, Jedden's there. Ben reads it well, makes the catch on the forehand, low and inside, and that will score. 1-1. Flores serves for the Renegades. I don't know that I've seen Ben throw that before.
No, I love it.
I really can't think. Really well done.
Well, you think of Ben, he's synonymous with power. Yeah. I mean, just blasting forehands and backhands really to the inside. So what do? You change up the look. Soft touch. Arta was backing up, and he couldn't get to that one.
Really well done.
Well done. Yeah, absolutely.
Ben now from the 12 line to the inside. Arta from the 8. Wall to wall from the left side. Almost wall to wall from the left side. There's the backhand by Ben. Scoop by Ben.
Right along the wall, too.
Rotate left side to the inside. Ball missed. Second point for Jedden and Arta. Jedden has the serve for the Chargers.
Well, that's a rare miscommunication with the opposing team. You know, Arta was in the way. He recognized it. Kind of communicated that to Ben. He ducked out of the way late, and then Ben was late to react to the floater. You know, just a lot going on, not a lot of time to react, and the second bounce occurred.
Ball under serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line.
But for those wondering about interference, Ben made an effort to get to the ball, so you can't request interference once you do that. If he would have stopped, he probably could have got it.
Yeah, he had run more than halfway.
Yeah, he was almost to it.
Here's the backhand by Ben. Arta takes it in the air. Wall to wall from the left side. Rotate forehand by Flores. High to the front wall. Big bounce. Brought in by Arta. Rotate forehand. Gustavo 2-all scoop by Jedden. Jedden goes high. Ben keeps the rebote for himself. That 2-all is out. Third point for Jedden and Arta of the Chargers. Jedden serves.
Look, not sure if he was trying to do that or just maybe trying to save the rebote. Either way, catches a little too much sidewall and kicks it wide of the court. And it's just tough to keep up. You know, you got Arta and Ben. I mean, Arta's got the catching advantage in the back, and then Flores not killing the point at a very high rate up in the front. So if you're looking at the Renegades, you're thinking, how do you stack these points together? How do you win a few in a row? And it's got to be more consistent. It starts with Ben back there.
Absolutely. And Ben's catching's been spot on for the most part. That ball goes off the frame of
when we
Ben
say
Sesta.
Yeah.
Fourth point for Jedden and Arta. Well,
it's really crazy.
There's an announcer's curse, but I mean, it is pretty consistent.
I mean, that when
Ben's
we say a
catching is
player
great.
catches so well, but it's not even like it's quick in the point. You know, like first throw, miss. Come on. Sorry, Ben.
There's the backhand by Arta. Caught down low by Ben. Arta's there again. Rebote forehand by Arta. High and hard to the front wall. Ben winds up. 2-all. Lands in and scores.
Really opened up.
That's the second point for Flores and Ben of the Renegades. Flores has the serve.
You see how Jedden was kind of lunging to the outside at the last moment? That's because it opened up more than I think he was expecting. I was expecting.
Very tough to make a scoop.
No. Absolutely. Very difficult there on the outside. Try to quick pass catch, couldn't bring it.
Powerful backhand by Arta.
Yeah.
Ben came off the back wall, just not enough to make the play. That's 5 points for Jedden and Arta of the Chargers. Possible set point.
Ben's about as quick as it gets on this roster, but still not faster than the ball. And you can see that there. I mean, just one blasted in the corner, comes flying off, and Ben can't run with it and turn the rebote.
Great catch by Jedden. Ben goes for the rebote save. It's a 2-all. Jedden stops it on the forehand. Carom by Jedden will score. Point and set for Jedden and Arta.
That was more like we've been used to seeing with Chargers team, Jedden and Arta. Great performance there in that first set. Jedden killing it there, a nice shot to end it. Take a look at some replays from set number 1.
Good catch here by Ben. He goes for the split placement. Jedden's right there to scoop it up. Jedden with a nice throw to the inside. This ball, Ben's court positioning and control has just gotten even better in this season. Beautiful
there was
play.
That Carom we're talking about.
Yeah, really well done by Jedden.
Back over here with the Chargers in the cage, Jedden and Arta. It takes a little time with some of these partnerships, but seen today, Jedden and Bradley got it back on track. Iturbide and Bradley have been strong all year, and Jedden and Arta can turn this around. The Chargers can really put themselves in a good spot to make the playoffs this year, and that's all you have to do in Battle Court. Top 4 teams advance, and then it's basically a best-of-7 series. You play all 6 doubles matches, and then if we go to a 7th match, the higher-seeded team of the 2 gets to pick which doubles match. We play a 1-set tiebreaker. So all doubles when it gets down to it, and this Chargers team, that's probably the strength of their game.
Absolutely.
And with the Renegades, too, even though they're down, won those first 2 game days, they've lost a couple in a row now, 4 out of their last 5. I was saying still, we've played less than half the season. If the Renegades can flip some of these results, get some more ties, add a few wins, they can be right back in it too. This is a team that's won 3 championships, most in Battle Court history, more than any other team. And Gaucheri and Goenaga, I believe Gaucheri, though, has been the consistent player on that team. I think Goenaga may have came in season 3, but always tough still when you got number 20 out there. Won his first match. Gaucheri's coming up in singles up next. So even if the Chargers win this one, Renegades will have a chance to tie. Second set here, Division 5, Flores and Ben ready to serve.
Flores serves. Second set has begun. There's a backhand by Arta, powerfully thrown. Ben with a rebote save. Lands just in play. Jedden follows it beautifully to the outside. Cortada attempt hit the pad, and the pad is bad. First point of the second set goes to Flores and Ben of the Renegades.
Look, that's a throw if Jedden would love to have it back, because you just can't miss short. I mean, you throw it too hard, it's a carambola that gets to Ben, and that's not all too bad. That's still a difficult catch for the backcourter. That's really the only place he could have thrown it to lose the point and give the Renegades a little more hope that they can push it to a third set.
Powerful backhand by Arta, caught by Ben at the 12 line. Ben goes wall to wall from the left side. Jedden on the rebote.
It's out.
That's out. 2 points for Flores and Ben. Flores has the serve. That's one of those we've seen lately, with balls that appear to be going out, and they haven't worked for Lalou. They've just dropped in on Lalou. But that one, Flores stayed away from.
Yeah.
And clearly it landed out.
Yeah, out of play. Just got to line up right on the boundary line and stay with it, but it's sometimes hard when the ball's moving fast.
Absolutely.
You got to focus on the play.
Great catch by Ben, deep in the backcourt. Arta's there. Arta calls for the catch, has it on the forehand. Cortada, long Cortada, will score. That's a point for Jedden and Arta of the Chargers. Jedden serves.
Well, Ben walked around Arta, kind of telling him that, hey, if you want to throw the 2-all, I'm there. So what does Arta do? He counters with the Cortada, keeps it low to the inside, and Flores not there. Cover up that space that Ben left open.
Ben winds up, throws it hard. Jedden with another fine catch on the forehand. High and hard into the backcourt. Ben for the rebote. Just missed. We're all tied up 2-2. Jedden serves for the Chargers. Again, an uncharacteristic miss for Ben.
And just never had that one in the basket.
Powerful, powerful backhand by Ben Robote. That rebound off the back wall comes out. Split placement will score for Jedden. 3 points for Jedden and Arta here in the second set. Jedden serves. The mental part of this game is something that we don't really have an opportunity to talk about because usually we're just talking about what's going on the court. But obviously, Ben does not want to lose any points to Jedden. He does not want to lose any points to Jedden, and vice versa. That ball is missed in the backcourt. The 4th point goes to Jedden and Arta. Jedden serves.
Yeah, it's tough again. I mean, you got both Renegades running with it. Ben's in position, but so much more difficult to catch on the run. You see right off the frame again.
Powerful, powerful backhand by Ben. Here's the catch and return by Arta. Ben gets in there. Fine catch at the 11 line. Powerful backhand. Arta at the back wall. Backhand 2-all. Flores has the cest out. Cortado with a light touch. Will score on 2 bounces. Well thrown. Perfectly thrown, actually, by Flores. That's a 3rd point for Flores and Ben of the Renegades. Flores serves. Credit where credit's due. Flores threw that perfectly.
Kind of crouched down to get more level with the pad and soft touch too. Take another look at this. You see the players, a lot of players do that. They crouch down, get a little knee bend.
He snarled too.
Yeah, he did.
He snarled. He was serious about that throw. Very serious. But I told you it was violent out there. But violence and, support of good. They want their team to win. Robote coming out. Comes to the forehand of Jedden. He rifles this one right up the middle. Ben's there. Ben, Cortada, that will score. 4-4 is the score. Flores has the serve for the Renegades.
It's just finding the space, So many times you see players just kind of get into the rhythm of these points and just rally with the back quarter or the front quarter. Yep. Ben is taking the space where the defense is giving it. Finding low to the inside. Arta's hanging back.
No one was near that ball.
Yep. Throw the ball where your opponent is not. Say it every day. You hear it in the interviews all the time.
Absolutely. Well, highlight, it's not particularly difficult. It's just got tons of nuance. Like, everything is nuanced. Here's the catch by Arta. There's the backhand. What a catch by Ben at the 13 line. Big backhand to the inside. Arta's there.
Oh, to the outside.
Placement of the Costado Robote will score for Flores and Ben. Well thrown by Flores. 5 points. Possible set point. Deliberate shot making by Flores. The last 2 points.
Well, I don't know if anyone was expecting this one, and he loves
Flores
it. In the moment he was, Jedden far from that ball. Arta not even moving out that way.
You were referring to anyone else in the building, including the guys in the purple shirts, right? Yeah, no.
I was saying that, yeah. Specifically those two.
Here's a backhand by Arta.
Oh,
tremendous catch by Ben. That ball was coming in hot. Arta's there. Backhand. Powerfully thrown. Ben advances. Takes it in the air. Backhand from the 10. Arta in the air. Backhand to the inside. Right off the side wall. That ball is pulled. Backhand by Ben. Jen's got it. Jen goes high and hard to the back wall. Robote coming out. Flores. Drop shot Robote attempt. Hit the pad. We are at 5-5 in the second set. So this is possible match point for Jedden and Arta of the Chargers. Possible set point for Flores and Ben. Went to the well one too many times.
Yeah, Ben a little frustrated with the shot selection there, but
the other two were, after the other two.
But Jedden said if it landed in, it probably would have scored. So he's an honest guy.
Here's a backhand by Ben, caught by Arta. Arta, powerful, powerful backhand. Right to the corner, Robote coming out, saved by Flores. Here's Arta from the 9. Cortada, stopped by Flores. Flores gets in there, throws the backhand. Jedden for the Robote. Ben, difficult catch.
Oh, it's out.
And the shot lands out. Point set and match in straight sets for Jedden and Arta. Taking it 6-2, 6-5.
Yeah, not easy, but the Chargers do close it out in straight sets, securing at least a tie. So we'll see what happens in this final match. Will be Division I singles with Zuleika taking on Gosheri. The game day hanging in the balance. We'll be right back.
Bradley on the move, breaking, he got there. Blast the forehand, everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit. Gosheri up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Gosheri picks it up in the front court, whips it inside. Another one!
Let's take a look at that game day score now. 3-2, Chargers lead. So the Chargers will, at worst, move into a tie with the Fireballs for second place. At best, if they win this match, they can jump the Fireballs and move into solo second place. We're going to hear from Jen and Arta over in the DraftKings Players Cage. They're ready to go after that win. There are our winners. Congratulations, guys. First 2 matches of the year were losses, and now 2 wins in a row to get you back to 500. What's changed within these teams these last couple of matches?
Just playing better. That's it. You know, executing the shots, less mistakes, and just executing everything we got to do to win the game. We made it close at the second set, but I got the art of archery, and that's why we won that game.
Ooh, we'll roll with that, Jen. Great playing Arta as well. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, guys.
He's clogging up the mic. Yeah, you could let him start with the mic, and then maybe we can get him a question.
I was away. Did we let Arta do the interview?
Jen was right on it and standing in the front.
Oh.
But we did tell Arta he played well, as always, because he did.
Okay.
So last match of the day here, Stu. Let's
But
see
it's
him.
only 7:07.
Yeah, well, Division I singles, Stu, so you never know. Zuleika and Gosheri here. Zuleika 2-3 so far this season. Gosheri 3-1. These two did match up back on September 24th, and Gosheri got the win. So looking to complete the season sweep over Zuleika in singles and tie up this game day if he can get the win. There's a serve. We begin our final match. Robote, high to the inside by Zuleika. Gosheri comes cross court, 2-wall. Not enough. Zuleika picks it off. Karam from the outside scores. Played point to begin our final match. That goes to Zuleika.
I don't ever want to suggest that there's like a grudge match. I don't want to say that there was a grudge after that doubles match, but there is a lot of energy. There is a lot of energy, and Zuleika has been on throughout this season. And when he's locked in, he's very difficult to beat. Very difficult to beat, even for Gosheri.
Hard backhand into the corner. Zuleika comes out over the top. Gosheri gets there before it crosses the wall, now floats it up. Zuleika makes the catch in the air. Gosheri from the 11 line, high and hard, back to the corner. Zuleika, nice rebote, but a little too high. Kicks up and out of play. Gives Gosheri his first point. We're tied.
That is one thing that has plagued Zuleika since he first joined battlecourt. The forehand rebote, basically sending it high and hard to the front wall. Just so much power. Has that tendency to kick up and hit the overhead screen.
Zuleika powers this one up the middle. Rebote for Gosheri. 2-wall snapped and scoring. 2-1 lead.
When Gosheri gets comfortable throwing those shots, I mean, he just does it all the time. And then what we've seen throughout battlecourt, you don't know if your opponent's going inside, if he's going 2-walls, and then the split placement, not so much in singles, but lots of choices from the Costello.
Forehand rebote fired by Gosheri. Zuleika all the way out at the 8. Turns it back inside. Gosheri lines it up right Right off the side wall. Ooh, almost mistimed, still comes down with it. Backhand, clears the screen, goes Sherry up at the 8. Powerful to the outside now. Robote dropping, dug out by Zulaika.
Nice
he puts
save.
it on the wall, goes Sherry, comes cross court. Oh, he faked the backhand, went with the drop shot, and it's perfectly thrown to score. 3-1. Sherry leads. That's an interesting one.
Well, this is usually this usually tells us, I mean, you know, obviously we have an opportunity to watch all of the players, and they have, you know, certain tells, not about what they're going to do or just basically how they're feeling. That's a confident Sherry out there. That's a confident
If he's throwing that shot.
Exactly. That's a confident Sherry out there. He's feeling comfortable.
Zulaika backed up to the 11 line, hard inside. Sherry makes the play. Sends it up. Now the rebote for Zulaika. Turned inside. Sherry foot on the wall. Secures the catch. Drops it back into the corner, and it dies 4-1. Sherry leads it.
Again, that's Jai-Alai. You can get beat in the front on 2 walls, drop shots. Get beat in the back by having it go over your head. The passing shot that hits the back wall gently and doesn't come out to the rebote, hits the chick-chack or chula. Obviously, we don't see that much. We saw it a lot earlier today.
Rebote forehand there by Sherry. Oh, that caught the screen. Just a piece of it. Out of play. It gives Zulaika his second point. Sherry opens up with the left side, puts it on the wall. Zulaika takes it right off, fires it deep. Big rebote now. Sherry at the 7th line to the outside. Controlled a bit. Zulaika avoids the net, drops it over the top, but Sherry makes the play. Another 2 walls coming.
He was ready
Zulaika
for it.
was on it, took his eye off the ball, missed it. 5 points possible, set point for Sherry.
Can't answer for what's going on with Zulaika, but he was ready for it. He catches, have to believe he had a shot planned. What we've been seeing him do a lot from out there is instead of just blasting it to the inside, which is really dangerous against Sherry, is throwing the carom, is throwing that sharp carom. If you think about you throwing it before you've completed the catch, you often screw up the catch.
Sherry high to the inside, big bouncer, scoop miss, rebote not played. Point and set. Sherry wins it 6-2. 2 minutes. Come back and play our second set.
And you're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida. We are currently in our 6th of 6 scheduled matches on the game day. Here we are back in the ESPN3 DraftKings Players Cage. Focus on the Renegades. Team captain Sherry, who has led this team to, I believe it's 3 championships. Gonaga there in the hoodie. Of course, you see the Chargers there in the background. Sherry seeming far more comfortable than he did in that doubles match. Throwing shots with conviction and landing them well. There it is, the banana. Zulaika and the banana. Big believer in natural potassium. Some days are 2 banana days. I think this is a 1 banana day. Andrew keeps stats on all that. Andrew has exited the announcer's booth. Take a private call. Be back momentarily. Focus on Zulaika. Again, a little frustrated after, has to be frustrated after that set. Not able to get anything going. As the clock winds down to about 20 seconds. in this break period. See Zulaika going out onto the court, tying the cesta.
Second set here. Again, Gaucheri wins one of these next two now. Game day will end in a tie. Zulaika comes back. The Chargers will get a full point in the game day win. See that score up there? 3-2 lead for the Chargers, but match score 1-0 in favor of Gaucheri. Refs making their way out there. Set two. Just about ready to begin. There's a serve. We begin our second set with a high bouncing serve. That was a huge bounce. And it'll score for Zulaika. It's the ace to begin our second set.
Traditional highlight serve.
Yeah.
You bury your opponent in the corner. I mean,
way up though.
Exactly. No, exactly. It's difficult to do here. It's very difficult to do here.
Gaucheri gets in there, drops it in the corner. Robote dug out by Zulaika. Gaucheri moves in. Inside placement. Will score. Just kind of waited till the last moment to throw that shot.
Well, you got to commit.
Yeah.
If you're Zulaika, you have to commit. If you're clearly right here. So Gaucheri's entirely on the offense. And he can see around him. I mean, got good situational awareness to know where his opponent is. As soon as Zulaika committed to the outside, just pop it to the inside.
Big backhand clears the screen. Robote fired inside. Good range by Zulaika. But Gaucheri moves up on it. Plucks it off the wall at the 8. One-handed grab. Had it for a moment, but lost it as he made contact with the side wall. That's 2 for Gaucheri.
Zulaika seeming out of his comfort zone. That's not the way he catches the ball behind him. Ball was right on the wall the whole way.
Zulaika winds up the forehand. To the inside, Gaucheri will get there. Turns it 2-all on top of it, and that scores. So yes, he will get there, and he's going to throw a winning shot off of it too.
Yes, he's going to get to the Robote, and Zulaika's obviously got eyes on Gaucheri. Which way is he going to go? 2-all. But thrown so well that Zulaika darting out there. If you're not already on your way out there or out there, you're not going to get to it. Manu is pretty good for the Cyclones at committing.
Sherry's forehand Robote gets it by Zulaika, but he stays with it. Ooh. Sends it too high, though. Up and out of play. 4-1 goes Sherry out in front.
Yeah, this has gotten away from Zulaika fairly quickly. And again, good confidence builder for Gaucheri. Mid-season, if Gaucheri is able to win this, we're looking at a number of ties that have happened.
High and hard with the backhand. Gaucheri tracks it down, turns it straight outside. Oh man, paints the line, lands just in and scores. 5-1, a possible set and a possible match point. That's sick.
Zulaika looking for any kind of break here. No, it's just...
I mean, off the Robote, he's not wasting any time.
Outside placement of the forehand Robote, boom. Lands well inside the line.
Give you credit, Stu. You called it. You said once he threw that wonky-looking drop shot, you're like, oh, he's confident, and he's delivered. Backhand right into the corner, Robote forehand. Turn to pass. Zulaika, 9-line, keeps it up the middle. Gaucheri backs up, backhand, floats it up, slows things down. Zulaika waits for it at the 8-line, turns it outside. Gaucheri takes a step, he's on it. Karam for the win. That scores. Point, set, and match. Gaucheri closes it out in straight sets, 6-2, 6-1. And Gaucheri ends the game day in a tie, 3-3. After that win. We'll be right back with Gaucheri over in the DraftKings Players Cage.
All right, boys, who we betting on?
However you bet, whoever you are, the sportsbook for every kind of player. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Let's take a look at some replays from that last set of the day. Robote there by Gaucheri. Man, that was working for him. Again, drop shot to the inside here, just above the pad, and that's when we had a feeling that, yeah, this might be Gaucheri's day.
No, once he has a feel for it, I mean, he just starts landing them, and everyone that lands, it's, you know, you gave me quite the compliment, Andrew, that I have, you know, some way of reading it. I really don't. It's kind of like knowing if a dog's gonna bite. I think is the best way that I could describe it. You know, just there's certain tells, and
well, you were right on it there. I mean, practice he looked strong, and then coming out here in the matches, inside placement there. Look how far away. I mean, so like I couldn't get a read on it. Two all here to Robote, snapped in to score. Well done.
Just beautifully done.
Robote to the outside here. I mean, look at where this one lands. Just inside the boundary. I mean, what a shot that was.
Tremendous.
And then Gaucheri here.
Beautiful
Makes the
catch
stop.
on the right side.
Karam from the outside. And that will score for the win. We got Gaucheri over in the DraftKings Players Cage after that singles win to tie up the game day. There he is, our winner, Gaucheri. Congratulations on that singles win, Gaucheri. We were just talking back here. It looked like you had supreme confidence in your shots. Was that the case today out there? You looked great.
Thank you. Yes, I do a great performance today. I know that I have to kill the shot perfectly because Zuleika is a difficult opponent always, and I did a really good job today. I'm happy for the win.
Yeah, this was your second time playing Zuleika this year. You won the first match. You knew he was going to be coming out firing. Was the game plan just to shoot quicker than he did and hopefully they scored?
Yes, it's the second time. In last season, I lost 2 times against him, and I knew that the first match and this one was going to be difficult, but I know that I have opportunities if I play great, so I did today, and I'm happy for the win.
Awesome, Gaucheri. Great performance for yourself and the Renegades getting that game day tie. Congratulations, and good luck the rest of the regular season.
Thank you.
And then, folks, we're going to be back here with the post-game show coming up in just a few moments. Bradley on the move, breaking. He got there. Blast the forehand. Everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit. Gaucheri up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Gaucheri picks it up in the front court, whips it inside.
What
Another one. And everybody, welcome into the post-game show here after another Thursday night. Stu Nyman, Angeles Parada here joining us as well. Social media coordinator. What's the proper title? Social media.
Digital marketing manager.
Okay, digital marketing.
Digital marketing manager. So what I want to know is what happened to executive producer Lindsay?
Yeah.
Well, the problem was the last time Lindsay tried to switch me in, and I ran away. And you made a joke that I wouldn't do it.
That was you.
That was me.
That was you.
That was
okay,
me.
I couldn't quite tell, but that was you. You did scurry away.
I did scare you away.
Okay, that's fine.
And so I took that as a challenge that you thought I wouldn't do it. I would actually sit with you in the post-game show. So I said, no, I will do it next week. And that's why Lindsay's not here.
People.
That's what the youth
Family
do.
members.
That's what you do. You question the youth, and we take that as a personal challenge.
And you bring someone younger.
I took it very personally.
We're getting younger still.
I mean, next there'll be a high chair sitting up here with someone with Cheerios flicking them off into the...
I'll bring you Cheerios for the next post-game show.
I don't need...
Not in...
I haven't quite reached that status yet, but I do appreciate it.
And not in age order this time, so for those wondering. Angeles, I'm going to ask you, you work with these guys. You do a lot of the social media stuff.
I do.
We're going to talk only positives, though. Is there one guy that stands out to you, maybe in one of these two teams, on the Chargers or the Renegades, that just does a great job in some of the media?
Of course. I have to give a huge shout out to Ben.
Okay. Yeah.
Ben is a very nice guy, like we always say. I won't ever say anything opposite because I don't want a very long text from Ben. But he always goes for it. We did do a video where what happens if you get hit by the ball, and Ben did his best acting I ever seen.
That was funny because everyone hit Ben with the ball. I found that enjoyable.
You like that part too?
There's something about that I started smiling. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to sleep, and there's Ben getting hit with the ball, and all of a sudden I just feel overwhelmed with happiness.
Stu said, "Can you put it on a loop for me and send it back?"
Usually I'm afraid of it. Usually I'm afraid of guys.
I'll make you a
getting
loop for it so you can just replay it at all times. He just did such a good job. He was so into the acting that I had to keep making him get hit by the ball.
Well, that makes
sense. And the worst?
Yeah.
Who's the worst guy to deal with? The absolute worst.
I don't think
I
we're
won't
gonna
bring that up.
We're not going to bring it up.
They're all lovely guys.
I know the answer
when we go
to
to
that
commercial.
because there's a punishment. It's a fine.
Yeah.
And she never asks for a fine. Never.
Yeah,
she never does. So when she does, she's serious.
No, but never.
She's cute
all
when
the
she's
guys
angry.
are quite lovely, and they're not performers. They're not actors.
100%.
They're athletes. So my job is to make them be performers, which can be very challenging at times. But they do a great job.
Kind of like this.
Yeah.
Yes, kind of like this.
And say this season, I'm sure there's been a lot of good memories. Anything that stands out, maybe with the Chargers or just any team in general, social media-wise, one video that you think, I really like the way that one came out.
Wow, that's a really tough question.
That could be a loaded question, I know.
That's a very difficult question.
Because you guys do a lot of videos and you do a lot of work, so I don't,
They're great.
Take your time.
Thank you.
If you want to think about it.
I'll think about it and we come back to it. Because
really
I did a lot of videos over the years that I've been here, so I don't know if I have an all-time favorite.
It's okay. Well, we'll get back to it. Maybe we can see some replays right now and recap a little bit of the action first, and then we can get back to some of this talk. And we also have some stats for you as well, like we did last week. Just an updated version of some of the stuff we saw. Great day today between the Chargers and the Renegades. Another one that ends in a game day tie. That's what we were saying, lost the first couple matches, but they had to go Sherry late. He won both of his, and that's what the Renegades do. They just keep fighting and hanging around till the end. They get that half a point. Take a look. This was Goanaga and CRB. Then this was Go Sherry against Zuleika. A little bit later in singles.
Outside placement of the
You love how they
forehand
switched right from CRB to Go Sherry, like you wouldn't even notice.
You wouldn't even notice.
I'm sure CRB, and we're back to we're back to CRB. Is it CRB or is it Go Sherry? I mean, you should be able to tell the difference.
I think it's quite impressive that CRB went up a division this season, and you really wouldn't be able to tell otherwise.
This is
okay. So we
look at
just
that,
got,
Chula.
Thank you very much. We just got word. So you heard us talking about Chula. And,
Please do.
And some of you are familiar with highlight lore and may remember a Fronton somewhere in South Florida or somewhere in Connecticut or wherever you are, where everybody screams in the audience, Chula, because it hits the crack between the floor and the back wall. We had a surprising number of them today.
We did.
After not seeing it for years. And you see right here, boom. Now, again, number 40 is looking to try to make a rebote, but look how complicated it is. Because it hits that crack. Not a true Chula where it rolls out, but still nothing to play the ball off of. Very, very, very difficult. It's been happening with a higher degree of frequency.
If we go with the loose definition of Chula, too, it's not, if it's a semi-Chula, it's a Chula. We'll take it. We didn't see many for a couple of years, Stu, and now, today I saw a couple in a few sets, so that was good to see.
We did?
Absolutely. I mean, it was Iturbide, and you mentioned, too, a lot of those higher-level doubles, you see guys targeting the Chick-Chack and the Chula. It's the same thing. I'm going to ask you this, because the way that you...
Oh, he's put me on the spot.
No, I'm going to ask you this, because the way that I think you explained it to me is that a Chula was a shot that was thrown from the left side, and a Chick-Chack was one that died in the corner but thrown from the right side.
Highline message boards in multiple languages are about to explode.
Okay.
Oh, we're making all the people...
They're about to explode.
It's more nuanced than that.
Okay,
but
so when I started announcing at a Fronton called Miami Jai-Alai, you may have heard of it, back in 1991... anything that hit the crack and rolled out, I called a Chula.
Yeah.
And then there was one that hit the floor, hit the back wall, came right back down to the floor, kind of Chula-like, but was thrown from the right side. I called it a Chula, and my boss came in and said, Chick-Chack. So they behave basically the same way, but the way that it was explained to me, and again, a lot in Jai-Alai is basically handed down. It's oral. A lot of it's oral. We joke around that. In our first year of operation, funny story, guys, In our first year of operation, one of the players got really frustrated with me. Shocking, I know, right? I know, shocking.
How could that happen?
Yeah, shocking. And he said, well, where are the rules? I said, they're carved into 4 tablets of Marquina.
Yeah, buddy. You've been asking for that for 200 years.
So a lot of it's handed down. Some of it is specific to certain frontons, and then certain frontons you can touch the screen with your left hand. Other frontons you can't. We happen to be one where you can't. So Chick-Chack versus Chula. So what I was taught in announcer school doesn't exist.
Did you go to announcer school, Andrew?
This was my announcer school.
Exactly.
This booth right here.
He went from Dr. Lachardi at University of Miami to Stu Nyman here, and he hasn't been the same since. And it's about to get really interesting.
For the better folks.
So a ball thrown from the left side that hits that crack and does not come out is a chula, but thrown from the left side.
Yes.
A ball from the right side, because if it's thrown from the right side, it has a different spin to it, so it can't hit the same way that it does is going to Chick-Chack, even if it looks like a chula. So Chick-Chack's from the right side, Chula's from the left side. They behave pretty much well.
So correct me if I'm wrong, and this could be crazy. I'm just trying to take it a step further to simplify it. Would a Chick-Chack, by the way it's spinning, hit the ground first and then the back wall, and then a Chula might hit the back wall first and then the ground, or it kind of hits right in the crack? Is that... Because what you're saying with the Chick-Chack is it does bounce prior to hitting the... You can see that clear bounce.
It hits both at the same time, but it is kind of a question of does it touch the floor, does it touch the back wall once. But it's also moving at 150 miles an hour, and it's a white ball against a green, or in this case, glass surface. And good luck trying to see which it hits
Which one goes first,
Which, of course, our team of technicians will no doubt have a camera in our next location right on it to say, oh, the Chula cam.
They might have it. They got some good looks back here.
We have a camera for everything. Seriously, when I go into the bathroom, I make sure that,
So we haven't installed one yet. That's the next one we're putting on.
Let's see another one of these two. This is a Chula. So left side hits the crack here, kind of. Again, and that one is simultaneous, like it hits the crack in the back wall.
Right in between.
So I call that, we'll call it a chuleta.
All right, I like it.
It's Chula-like.
And then Migrena said, "What's this Chula? Let's get." And then, so yeah, that one kind of you see it hits the back wall in the air.
And now, like Jai-Alai fans are basically saying that's not a Chula because it bounced, and it's like, no, that is because that's what we have here, and there's no play on it. You can't play that ball.
Yeah,
I guess if you were right there, you could, but
yeah, it's one of the things that It's very nuanced sport, but like that, when you get to talking about spin and which direction, what side of the body it's thrown from, it can all get very confusing. That's why I like
very complicated.
Yeah, that's why I like to simplify it. Like if you hear me say Chick-Chack, thrown from the right. If it's Chula, thrown from the left. Don't kill me, folks. We're trying our best.
We're doing everything we can.
We're doing it, and I know it may not be the perfect definition, but I think it's probably the simplest way to define it. Like we did last week, we do have a couple of stats, Stu.
Stats?
Yeah, we do have some stats, and we got like some top fives, like some leaderboards.
Wait a second, is this that?
You're not going to see serves today, so you don't have to worry about that.
You can take a deep breath.
But
it's all going to be okay.
The theme of today, especially with Gaucheri, was killing the point, and he was very effective.
I was traumatized by numbers as a child, so I got into the Jai-Alai business because they told me I just had to follow a ball.
I said, we're talking about kills, too. So you think we should take a look at kills? You think that would be an interesting total kills on the season per match?
I think I can handle kill shot statistics.
I think that'd be great.
Because I think some of the players that we saw today, I believe Gaucheri's up towards the top, I believe, if not number one in those rankings. Yeah, averaging nearly 5 kills per match. And how about Benetrix, Stu? One of the new players on the roster creeping into the top 2.
He may be new to the roster, but Benetrix looks like he's been playing here since he started playing Jai-Alai. And I joked around with him in that I had to get his address right for something, right? And so I went on Google Earth and I Googled his house. And I sent him a text message and I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but you live 2 blocks from a Jai-Alai Fronton on one side and 4 blocks from the beach.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
You're like located between a beach and a Jai-Alai Fronton. What the hell are you doing here?
And how close is the golf course? I know he's a golf guy too.
I didn't see that.
I will say, I think Benetrix has had the fastest transition of any of the new players that we have had in that adjustment period.
It looks like he's been playing here his entire career.
And Angeles, how's he done media stuff? He seems like a great personality.
He's doing great,
Speaks beautiful English, by the way.
Yes,
very good English, yes. I always say you have to give them an adjustment period at the very beginning because it's very new. Like, hey, get on camera. We're going to make a TikTok. I need you to have all this energy. So It can be very challenging, but they're doing great. All the new guys have been great additions.
No, it's a great point, Angelos, because it's not like they're used to seeing this before. It's not like they've been asked to do this in other highlights that they've been associated with. I mean, it's unique to hear. The guys love it. They have a lot of fun, and we try to make it fun for the viewers at home, too. So that's great there with Benetrix. I don't know if we can pull that back up. I did see a couple of Warriors down there. Was it Alex and Correa that were...
Did you say Warriors or lawyers?
Warriors.
It sounded like you said lawyers. I was like, I don't think we have any. I mean, I know we have.
The L's are starting to sound like W's. It
It
may be that times too. Yeah, but 3.2 kills for both Correa and Alex, and
Ichibide, Correa, and Alex. No, Alex is a firecracker on the court. I mean, that's one. That's.
He's a firecracker in and outside of the court.
Yeah,
You're totally fair.
Alex is this, but Alex also has the Spanish equivalent of a doctorate in physiology.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. We tried to get him earlier in his career and just wasn't able to because he said, no, sorry, I have to finish my
guy.
Exactly. I
You'd be surprised,
have to finish my doctorate. It was like, okay.
You'd be surprised though. The highlight players are extremely smart individuals.
Oh, no question about it.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the season totals as well on the I think our standings, right? Oh, no, kill rate there with Hyro. Look at that. So this is why I wanted to bring it up, Stu, because this has been this is an interesting conundrum here in Jai-Alai. It's like, why doesn't Hyro throw so many shots? And on top of it, he's got nearly a 13 percentage point advantage over the next closest guy in kill
more shots, and then he's at the top of the.
Well, I think
that's
part of it.
So let me define kill rate for you, Stu.
I think even Hyro's like at home going, "What the hell is that?"
So the kill rate, very simply, is just the amount of successful kills divided by the amount of total kill shots you've thrown. So it could be from the right side. It doesn't necessarily have to come from the costado. So the one thing with Hyro...
Passing on the inside counts as a...
Cortada is a kill. Yeah, passing inside, cortadas, that type would count as a kill also.
He does quite a bit of that.
Well, I think it just shows that Hyro only throws it when he knows that he can make it.
For sure.
And I think that's very valuable, especially when a lot of happens when the throw is out.
And
you just give away points to your opponent.
What's also interesting about this, and I do mean this sincerely, and we know how I recoil at the idea of most statistics.
Please, yeah.
But, okay, so we see Hyro, front quarter. Zuleika, classically trained front quarter. Ichibide, front quarter. Benetrix, classically trained front quarter. Julian has always been a back. I understand when he was very young, he did play front court. But Julian in number 5 as a back quarter with kill shots.
Well, that was one of the reasons I brought it up, because I thought this was pretty interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah. I know during the Division 5 match with Correa and Julian, they played yesterday, it may have been 2 days ago when they played. I remember saying that both Correa and Julian were averaging over 3 kills per match. And Julian still, I mean, coming into this week, it doesn't matter. I mean, Karam's from the backcourt, a couple of different shots, but
he's been very strong right side.
Yeah.
And that's something that is very impressive as a backcourter.
Yeah. And a strong wit.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
A very strong wit. He's a witty guy.
No, and then you have a couple of the Chargers. Was it both Zuleika and Iturbide up on the list?
It was both Zuleika and Iturbide.
Yes.
And that's a reason why that team, they're always a factor. You can never count them out, even if they're 4th seed in the playoffs, because Iturbide and Zuleika are just that dominant front quarter that you really need to win you a championship here. We've seen it with Gosheri and Goanaga on the Renegades, but the year that they didn't win, I think they've been beaten by the Chargers every year, and they've lost to Zuleika and Iturbide. So someone that could actually match the firepower of Gosheri and Goanaga, I mean, you really look no further than the Chargers' top 2 players.
And we saw it today.
Yeah, you see it again. Didn't quite get it going the way we thought, but sometimes Gosheri's just on, and you can't stop a speeding train like that. He's like the bright line. Yeah.
Would it be possible for us to look at the standings for the season?
Yeah, you want to see the season standings also? Yeah, because after today, a little bit of a change. I know the Cyclone...
I don't even know what stats to ask for.
Wow, that's why I got to. Well, season
what's your position again?
I'm the digital marketing manager.
But the digital marketing director knows what highlight statistics to ask for.
I think she just got a raise.
Which means that
I'm a director now.
Which
means that which means that retirement is like coming up quickly. Go ahead, show the stat that
if we have them
asked, that Angela's asked.
Oh, there it is. I see it. Oh, I see it behind me. I'm going to have to look here. So
I'm not turning around under
No,
any
I'm not going to turn around,
this
folks. But if I'm not, if my eye contact is bad, I'm sorry. But I can see the Cyclones with 5.5 points up at the top, and then the Fireballs and Chargers tied for second with 4 points, exact same record, 3-2-2. And then how about the Warriors? They're 3.5 points holding on to that final playoff spot. And then you have the Renegades, and then you have the Devils down there in 5th and 6th place, respectively.
Down there halfway through the season?
I don't think they've ever been this low in the standings in the seasons.
Well, and then you have to mention that they started 2-0. I mean, they won their first 2 game days. They started with a 2-point lead. They were up at the top of the standings, and they've kind of faltered the last couple of game days. We said it was 1 tie and 4 losses in their last 5, so you can now extend that to 2 ties and 4 losses in their last 6 game days. That's only 1 point, and they got 2 in their first 2, so they got a ways to go. You know,
I think it's very interesting because the Renegades have always won the fall season. They have never won a spring season until this year, where they finally won a spring season.
Angela's coming with the stats today. Look at that.
So you keep your own statistics.
I do.
So
not fully.
Everyone except Stu. Yeah, is keeping some sort of stat.
But I see these guys. I work with them all the time. And I hear them talk about it all the time. So they kind of had the summer off.
And you pay attention?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I work with them too, and I need to get better about that.
I feel like the Renegades are usually super motivated over the summer because they lose the spring championship. And this year was a little bit different. So we're getting to see a different side of the Renegades coming in after winning at the beginning of the year.
Right, and it's a long layoff in the summer. I mean, you got 3-4 months to kind of think about it, think about what you could have done differently, whereas in the fall to the winter season, it's only like a month, a few weeks.
Talking about Ben specifically, Ben, when they lost the spring season, he had it, I think it was against the Warriors that they lost, he had the Warriors picture of that we posted of the announcement of them winning the championship as his phone background for the entire summer.
That's some sicko stuff. I love it. Yep, I absolutely love that. You gotta get the most out of yourself, and you got to know how to motivate yourself sometimes. And putting up that picture, seeing it every day, and maybe it probably pissed him off a little bit, I'm sure. And he got to see that. He's like, you know what? I'm going to get him back this year, and I think he did, delivering with a great performance and giving the 3rd championship for the Renegades.
And I think we can't count out the Renegades at any point.
No,
when you have people like Gocheri, Gonaga, even
Never.
Ben, they just know how to turn it on, and once they're on, it's a different game.
There's no team in battlecourt that can be counted out until literally it's the end and the playoffs are set. I mean, anybody can shoot off at any time. Well, the Devils are really waiting for one thing to happen. The Devils are waiting for Echeverry to become maybe not as comfortable as Benetrix on the court, but we've seen it in the practices. Echeverry has mad shots.
He's getting there.
As the kids,
Echeverry has some fantastic shots that we know throughout his career that we've seen them elsewhere. We're starting to see them here in the practices. So Devils really at any time. And
I think that relates to the fact that this is such a mental game. And that's something that, like you said earlier, you guys don't get to talk about that so much during the broadcast. But it is very, very mental.
It's probably better that we don't.
Well, there's a lot going on, and it can be frustrating because
that we can say, and you've heard me say this before. Okay, there's no more frustrating sport. And I know you play golf.
No, it's very similar in the sense that you could do everything right and have nothing to show for it. You could hit the perfect shot, you can throw a perfect shot, and sometimes your opponent, in that case the golf course, or a player out there on the battle court, they could just be better that day.
I have a friend who says that when you play golf, that the thing to remember is, I thought it had to do with grip, but it doesn't have to do with grip. He says you always throw your club in front of you, never behind you.
I hope you're not throwing the club.
Why would you throw the club?
Well, that's what you
I hear it. That's funny. I see what you did there, Stu.
I didn't make it up. He literally told me this, so I'm guessing there's something to it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're throwing a club,
if your
two hands are not on the club, it's usually not a good sign. Even if there's one hand on the club, it's usually never good.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
understood.
But getting back to that point, about golf, it's very frustrating, like in basketball or football or baseball. You do it right, you get a point. You can hit a home run, you can score a basket, you can make the right throw. But in Jai-Alai, your opponent is just sometimes better than you, and you get to see these guys in the same locker room. You got to go back home. Sometimes you have a couple weeks between matches, and there's a lot of motivating factors and a lot of frustrating factors here as well.
I love to see, one thing that I do absolutely love to see is that there'll be a very complicated match and maybe even some, I don't want to say words, but sometimes it gets a little heated back here.
Yeah.
And recently especially. And it gets a little heated back here. And then literally 2 days later, you see a picture of all the individuals out at a dinner or something like that.
That never misses.
That's one thing. It's like, wait a second, these guys were just yelling at each other the other day. And now they're out at So why did I have to listen to the yelling, and why am I not invited? Not that I would go, but why am I not invited to that happy thing that's going on there?
Passion, Stu. Guys are passionate. They care.
Yeah, it is. It's one thing I've known. It's just it can be such a frustrating game, a game of inches, and sometimes it goes your way and sometimes it doesn't.
And just the reality, too, and you can talk about this, it's just life. If you don't win your match, you're not getting the prize money. If your team doesn't win the day, you don't get money, and that's real life stuff and real life frustrations that come into play sometimes.
If you don't win.
And you don't get the playoffs, you don't get to some of the bonuses as well, so a lot of stuff.
This program is heavily, heavily, heavily based on prize money. There is a base salary, but it's heavily based on prize money. So there is game day prize money for each team, for all the players if they win or lose, so they don't walk away empty-handed entirely. But that's not true where the matches are concerned. In a match, only the winner takes money away.
Yeah. Well, talking about the #1 guy for the Renegades, Gaucheri, got a couple of highlights from him today. Stu, going back to what you said, sometimes you can tell with these players, and Gaucheri, this was in doubles earlier. Just blast the Costado inside. Look at, Ubia going down to the floor. He's making a save, but it's all defensive. And then back to the inside, another one.
The thing that's impressive about, there's a lot that's impressive about Gaucheri on this, is his level of comfort on this court. He's very comfortable. He can throw the 2-all from anywhere, and his positioning is impeccable. Those things are really all that you need. But then when he's on, like we saw in singles, I don't want to say he's unbeatable, but it's the closest thing to unbeatable as you can get.
I think it's quite intimidating, too.
Yeah. When he starts firing, and it also puts so much pressure on the opponent, and then you see here in singles, it's like Zulaika, just couldn't get anything going. Gaucheri makes a catch.
See, this
shot.
This is what I said. This is when it changed. That's a very, very comfortable Gaucheri throwing a particularly difficult shot. Zulaika here played this beautifully, keeping that hand away from the screen. He knows that if he grabs onto it, it's a foul. Went right back to it. Wasn't able to make that second catch.
He takes a picture when he turns around before he does the costado, and he knows exactly where the opponent is, and he can change where the ball is going to go in a split second, which is so impressive. It's so much control.
Well, to that point, you see where he's looking as he's winding it up, always back, and then here he's got to look at the court and just shoots a 2-wall.
Beautifully done.
And you said, Stu, anywhere on the court, even off his footing, he's still comfortable with the shot. And then
outside placement of the forehand rebote.
And then you're thinking Costado. And then you can just throw an outside placement from the forehand rebote like that. And then you're thinking, how do I beat this guy? And it was all Costado, and then the last two, both forehands. And
he just has everything in his arsenal. It's not that he just can throw one thing. He can throw anything. So that makes it very hard to learn how to defend it.
Yeah, and the one thing also with Gaucheri that doesn't get talked about a lot is his consistency in catching. Just because he is such a prolific shot maker, and everyone always talks about the Costado, he's always up in the top 3 or top 2 in catch rate on the season. For the catch rate, let's take a look. I think front quarters and back quarters, so Gaucheri in the front court. So we do have both because I wanted to, break it up. It wasn't fair to the back quarters to include some of the front quarters and vice versa. So if we can look at the front court catching rate first, because that's the one we have with Gaucheri, I think he was up at the top of that rate, a little bit lower than some of the top back quarters, just because he's so aggressive.
Which is very impressive because the backcourt, in my understanding, is that they are in charge of defense. You want to let your front quarter be able to throw the shots, and you in the back quarter is just making sure he can make the play.
Set your front quarter up to be able to kill it.
Well, what about, is there a something with backcourt or front court catching or anything related to front court or no? Oh, yeah, let's pull that up. Something with the front court catching.
It's like Siri.
Siri, yes, Siri. We got it. And we can just get the stats right up. Boom.
Yeah, total throws per match.
Sorry, folks. That's my bad. Absolutely right. And I apologize. Total throws.
Benetrix appears on this as well.
Yeah, so I wanted to break it down because the back quarters, as Angelos was mentioning, they handle a bulk of the work, especially in those higher level matches. So the top throws per match of a front quarter, you got Gaucheri averaging nearly 8 more than the next closest guy, and the others, second through fifth is pretty tight. It's the same gap from 2 to 5 as it is from 1 to 2. And then also I think we have the backcourt total throws per match as well. And I know Manu's number up here, and it's 3 figures. I mean, look at this. Wow. Yeah, you got to add another place to that. 116 throws per match.
That's a lot of throws. That's a lot of throws.
And then why I like this so much, too, is look at the difference between first and second place here. There's only 4 throws between second and fifth, and 24 between first and second.
That's amazing.
I mean, also, you got to factor in the divisions that they're playing in. Manu is the only guy up there playing. Well, actually, sorry, would be also playing in Division 1 and 2, but doesn't, handle a bulk of the work. He's playing with 2 shot makers in Zuleika and Iturbide. But Manu just stands back there, gets in these long rallies, throw after throw, and that
makes it look so easy.
That's pretty staggering. Coming out with an injury last week, and he came back.
Yeah, groin pull.
Was it just yesterday?
Yeah.
Won his doubles match with Jairo, stepped away from that singles match, let Jairo substitute, but Manu's looking good and peaking at the right time for the Cyclones team who's never made the playoffs in this modern format of battlecourt. And you saw with the standings, they're up at the top.
They've been on top for a while now, too.
Yeah, and just after a slow start, I mean, honestly, coming in.
They have an aggressive fan base, too.
They really do. Strongest. They have a great fan base.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Whoosh, whoosh. That's what they say.
Okay.
That's a Miami Hurricanes thing also, but they've kind of adopted it as well. And, hey, I like it.
All right.
But, again, with that team, Stu, they're going to be tough.
No question about it.
They're going to be tough. And right now, the Cyclones starting off a little bit slow, but on paper, I felt like they were probably the strongest team coming into this year. I mean, they went from Amigarena to Jairo and then from Amigarena to Unda. So you lost a little bit in the backcourt, but they gained so much up in the front with the second front quarter in Jairo, and that could be the difference, Angeles.
And Iñaki was also a Division 1 player for the Warriors at some point. And Jairo has subbed for a lot in Division 1, so it's like having 3 Division 1s as your 1, 2, and 3.
And veterans, too.
Standings up there again, but Jairo, to your point, Angels, he was a 2 previously. So they have 2 1s, a 2, and then they have Unda, who's new. They have Bueno, who we haven't even seen yet. Robin's been filling in admirably for him and
Robin's
doing a great job.
Great job for the Cyclones.
And then Stan is their 6. We mentioned last week he's the most improved catcher on the roster.
No question about it.
And he also went down a division. He was a Division 5, going down to Division 6. So they're definitely a team to look out for.
No, I think they're going to be tough. And, what we've seen in battlecourt, I'm just looking back at all the banners that we have up there. Outside of the first year, the Cyclones won that first championship. They had 2 strong backcourters in Manu and Manny. Outside of that, except that year the Warriors won, you need 2 dominant front quarters to win. It's been Gaucheri and Goanaga or Zuleika and Iturbide. That's been literally a majority of the battlecourt titles, proving that, not proving, but in theory, you might need another guy up there to kill the point. They had Inaki. He did a great job last year, but now adding Jairo to that team just makes them even stronger. Absolutely. So see where they end up at the end of this regular season, still about halfway through play. I think there was one more stat that we had. I think it was total out throws, because the one thing that I noticed with this list too was there was a player that topped the list, Gaucheri, who's also one of the most prolific shot makers. And the one thing that we always hear is you don't want to give away a point by throwing a bad shot. But Gaucheri, I mean, he's up at the top of kills. He's also up at the top of out throws per match.
It's like the opposite of Jairo.
You may be selling me on statistics, because what this is also telling you is shots attempted.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
If they're going out, that means that they were going for the shot, not that they just haphazardly, threw it out. So they felt that they had a shot at a particular time, and that's a very interesting. So Gaucheri with the most comfort on our court.
Yes.
Urrutia now in his 2nd season. Gallo in his 2nd season. Echeverry with a late start in his 1st season. Inaki coming off of an injury, but prior to the injury, which is last year. Always a shot maker.
Yeah.
Always a shot maker.
Well, I think it's just a lot of aggressive players on this list.
Yeah,
the most aggressive players just sometimes throw it out.
Yeah, no, and that just it shows you that you got to take chances to be successful. I mean, all those guys up there, Gaucheri, Urrutia, Inaki, I mean, top 3 of the best front quarters that we have on this roster. You got to shoot to score. It's not like football or basketball or there's no turnovers in baseball, but football and basketball, turnovers are killer. I mean, it'll just stall a drive. It'll ruin the momentum of a game. Turnover equivalent, like an out throw here in highlight, doesn't really kill you. I mean, that's 1 point per set if you average it out that Gaucheri's giving away, and then you add what he kills to that. It far outweighs the mistakes.
It does, yeah.
Some guys on the roster, they're so worried about the next throw that they're not worried about, what they have in their hand, that they can make the winning throw right there, and
throwing it off the court.
Right.
I think it also takes a toll on their confidence when they throw a shot and it lands out. I feel like sometimes they stop throwing shots because they're just like, I'm not giving any more points away. But sometimes maybe it's a matter of perspective.
It's a question for the two of you.
Yeah, Stu, please.
Okay, so both of you at some point were told you would be working around or near me, or in your case with me.
Yes.
Both of you were told that. Now, Andrew was told that first. And
yes, I was.
You prepared yourself.
Did you prepare yourself?
I don't know how much there was to prepare.
Okay, well, see, this is what I'm getting to. Angeles, on the other hand, as recently as this last Friday, shared with me that she was prepared to basically be sitting with Lucifer.
Oh, no. Come on. I didn't say that.
I
said that I found you a bit intimidating when I first got here.
I mean, was I steaming? Was I just...
No, you're just, you have a presence. You're the main announcer. You take charge. I don't know how to explain it.
And I think a lot of times, too, like you're not that serious and you're joking, and sometimes the tone could get lost in translation.
Yeah, that is very true.
I'm not a very serious guy either, so we get it now, but at first...
At first I was like, he hates me.
No,
he totally hates me.
I mean, you could ask, Stu, do you want a Coke? You're like, don't you see I have a Coke right here with a glass of ice? Are you really going to, Something like that where, it might seem innocent, but...
Okay, so how's it been now working with me?
Oh, you're a delight to work with.
Yeah.
Everybody's a delight to work with.
Thank you, Angeles.
Just in. We have a great team that works behind the scenes and in front of the scenes.
Yeah, also some great players, too. Ben doing, what he can to try to distract Stu, but Stu, you're just so locked in.
He's kind of getting me.
Ben doesn't even phase
totally
you.
Frank.
Oh, no. Let me
you just haven't sat here.
Let me tell you how to deal with Ben. Okay, so Ben is literally sitting inches... Maybe
it's about 18 to 24 inches.
Okay, so he's sitting inches from me, and he'll just sit there and stare, and it's really like one of those things, like you have to go back to a movie that looks at like the Great Depression, maybe, where like I'm eating a very expensive meal, and there is someone who is starving on the other side of the window, and I'm doing everything that I can to make sure that I pay no attention to them because I'm just that big of an ass. So I have perfected that, which I'm not able to do in my real life, by the way, but I perfected doing that. And the only reason why they left this piece of glass up here was for that, was for Ben.
Well, we actually extended it so that we totally cover it. So they have no access to you guys. And it's still difficult.
Do I look like I'm affected by his presence in any way?
No, not at all.
No. I'm just an amateur sitting here, so I totally did get distracted.
So
but it's been about 4...
he's...
You're bothering the lady. Go away.
Well, it's been about 4 years for us too, where he's come back, asked questions, bothered. So we've had some reps with Ben.
He should put up a paper saying, "I want to practice."
There's another N in wanna.
Yeah, you're missing an N.
Yeah. Can I buy a consonant?
You'll be able to practice. Right. Stop grading his spelling. You'll be able to practice shortly, Ben. As soon as we're done with this commitment that we have.
But Stu, you like that though, and that's why we talk about Ben, one of the hardest working guys. Even after that game day, he played 2 matches.
I can't take that away from him.
He's chomping at the bit to get out there. He's like, please finish so we can go and practice.
I will credit Ben always with being the hardest working man in highlight that I know of. Someone who basically started in 2018 with us. This was not his field. It wasn't his field the first year either, and now he's playing with Division I players. Been great to see. That's the story of the Magic City program.
I actually have an answer to a question you had for me earlier. You asked me what was my favorite, one of my favorite videos we ever done, and it's what did the lines on the wall mean? Because specifically that video when we first did it, we did it with the Chargers on Iturbide and Zulaika and Ubilla's first year. So I spent it must have been 20 minutes trying to get them all together to say, what do the lines on the wall mean? It's been years at this point, and still, every day I have media day, they'll ask me, are we doing, what do the lines on the wall mean? And every single media day.
They're
so
really
that's
just
probably
there
one
so
of my
you don't
favorites.
have to look at a big ring wall, not broken up.
Yeah, so we...
that's very
we
sweet. We have a viewer.
Thank you for keeping Jai-Alai alive. It's you. It's you.
You guys at home watching are keeping this going.
It's you. We do it for you. And we can't see you, but thank you. I mean, just thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking an interest, whether it's the players in the play, whether I don't see how it could possibly be Andrew, myself.
No,
Angeles is very
all
much
back
behind
there.
the scenes.
All
She gets
back
an
there.
EPL who's behind the scenes today. I mean, that I get. You and me, it's like,
Yeah,
I think you guys are
It's-
great. I
it's-
think
it's-
you need to be less harsh on yourself.
it's really about you guys. It's really about the fans. It's totally about the fans. And
we're glad to do it, Stu. We will be back tomorrow for Friday night. A little bit later start time on those Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And it's going to be the Devils in action against the Fireballs.
if you're anywhere in South Florida, make the drive. Free admission, free parking, free seating. Just come on in. It's a great time. 7 p.m. Friday evenings.
Everything's free. Come on in. Enjoy the highlight action. We'll see you tomorrow night. We thank Angelus for joining us. He's
Thank
Stu
you for having me.
Nyman. I'm Andrew Bleckman. Thanks, Angelus. We'll see you guys tomorrow night at 7.
That was so much fun.